All right, sound check. All right, yes, we're good. We're good. Let's go. All right, welcome back to another live stream, second live stream of the night. UFC 328 going down. As I said earlier on, we'll be here for this. We were here for probably fight of the year and one of the best heavyweight fights we've ever seen. And Daniel Dubois against Fabio Wardley, and Daniel Dubois ends up stopping him in round 11. We return now for one of the most built up, blooded feuds the UFC has seen in years. As the champion of the middleweight division, Hamza Chimaev, undefeated, takes on Sean Strickland, and this one has been absolutely insane back and forth throughout the fight week. But we're here for it tonight. Let's go. I can't wait, man. I'm actually like, I was sort of, I was like, all day, I was on it and I was waiting, just waiting all day for fights to come on. And I was watching a lot of MMA content, and I really, really ended up getting excited for this and waiting for it. And now it's here. So I'm ready for a great night of fights here. Throat's still a bit cooked, but we're working through it, as you do. Can't miss out on this. Still haven't missed one this year. I will keep that run on for this year if I can, and as many years as I can. Because this is insane to me. I love doing this, so I'll keep doing it. We seen it the weigh-ins yesterday. Sean Strickland went off on him. I was crazy. You know, just shouting pretty much every word Sean Strickland knew that was a bad word. He just shouted at Hamzat, and the press conference even the day before. That was ridiculous. Like, it was constant. Sean Strickland, here's the thing, you guys in Hamzat just shouting over the top of him every word, man. Shut up, sit down, talking about his dad and everything. That was insane. Strickland's throwing every like can't even repeat anything Sean Strickland says, to be honest. But you know what he was saying if you were watching it, and to see that at a press conference, I think it was the most one of the most viewed press conferences, if not the most viewed, from Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier 3, and then one of the most viewed from Conor McGregor and Khabib. So that was a really cool thing to see, and it's good to see the sports still able to get a get a viewing like that and people intrigued, because a lot of the times, you know, even if you look at the UFC White House card press conference we did, where it had Elliot Poirier, Alex Pereira, Sean O'Malley, Diego Lopez, the only man that made it matter and spoke up in the end was Josh Hockett, and that's all it takes. Might not like him, might not like what he said. He shouldn't have said that about his Alex's mum or whatever, but that was probably the best thing he could put together for Alex Pereira. You know, that's what it takes these days. And then you get someone watching, and then it continues to build and build, and the sport needs it, because even in the co-main event, not everyone hates each other, and I understand that, but the co-main event, even Van and Taira, they got asked one question at the press conference and never really took, they never really took advantage of it, and that's sort of the problem. That leads into the problem that I was talking about, is that a lot of the times it's just, oh, my opponent's a great guy, my opponent's a great person, all respect to him, I hope he's trained well, I hope he's had a great camp, and sometimes it's like, we know that, but say something, and I think even with Connor, it was like Connor had it at a different level. Connor against Aldo for that whole press world tour and the lead up to the first, and then when the fight got rebooked, was the biggest mental attack we've ever seen and will ever see. But I think the thing with Connor, even you always seen, apart from maybe the Eddie Alvarez fight, even after the Aldo fight, he went up to him and it's all for promotion, and he always said that to his opponents after. You can give your opponent respect after, but make something of it in the way up in the lead up to the fight, and I think that's what needs to be done. And it makes like I have covered so much boxing. I've covered a lot of MMA, and finally, shout out to the PFL. I got the opportunity to go to an MMA event last month, and that was unbelievable. And boxing's been around for hundreds of years, and it'll be hard to overtake. But I think over time, if MMA fighters can build the feuds and the rivalries that boxing did once upon a time and still does it to this day, I think that MMA could be arguably bigger than boxing because it could be more entertaining. In boxing, a lot of times, if there's not a knockdown, there's not much happening. But apart from tonight, because Fabio Wardley has the greatest chin I've ever seen in my life. But in MMA, someone could be, just circling, jabbing, and then all of a sudden their opponent runs in, lifts them up, and slams them, and it's very cool to see. So I think MMA and the UFC especially has the opportunity to really, you know, put this sport on a rocket ship and put it to the next level. But I think it all depends on the fighters and if they want that, because a lot of the times they don't, or they just don't have the ability to. Like Josh Hoggett doesn't actually have natural talking ability. McGregor or Chael Sonnen would say things that would just like flow off the tongue. Josh Hoggett's making up poems out here, and he's no Shakespeare, like, but he's trying. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes. Like you can tell his poems are planned and they're a bit cringe, but like does the job, doesn't it? I mean, it got him millions and millions of views last night talking to Ellie Taporia and Alex Pereira. I think it's something sport will evolve to eventually. I think when it come to O'Malley, they really tried to build him up. O'Malley's a great fighter, but yeah, I'm live. I don't really know what that means in chat, but O'Malley's a great fighter, but he never really reached the star potential they thought that he would. But you know, people come along the way that are actually naturally talented speakers, and every time it does, it changes the sport. Chael had a big impact in the sport. Connor revolutionized the sport, in my opinion. And people coming along today, Josh Hoggett has changed his own career, especially, and the heavyweight division, realistically, because it was so boring in the lower ranks of it, and now he's there and he's up higher up in those rankings, and he's really making a difference with his talking, and that's all it takes. People need to lock in on that. It's sort of, but we are here. UFC 328, co-main event. Joshua Van Tatsu Taira as well. What a fight that's gonna be. I think Taira might get it done, to be honest. So, um, we'll see what happens there. Taira with a very good performance last time out against Brandon Moreno as well. So, a lot of back and forth talking wise, which will end up leading to a good fight. But a lot of good fights also don't need talking. For their skills will do it for them, and that's one of them. I can't actually get Jeremy Stevens against Bobby Green is the main card's first fight, or King Green. Jeremy Stevens missed weight by 4 pounds, which isn't good. I can't get that thing, so but yeah, Jeremy Stevens obviously a lot of losses. Once upon a time, the hardest hitting 145er. Legend has it when he knocked people out, they didn't move. But he's still going. He's been fighting a very long time. Fair enough. Why is this thing so cooked? But anyways, see 328. Let's go. Yeah, main event. I mean, do we even gotta say anything about the main event? These two have been talking so much, but the fight, in my opinion, changed yesterday with that weigh-in and got a lot closer maybe because now you're looking at if Hamzat can't get Strickland out of there early, maybe it goes very up the left for him once the later rounds start to go on. I've watched Strickland in fights like that. Strickland doesn't stop until you go down, he goes down, or the fight ends. He keeps walking forward, he keeps going, and his cardio is very good. Whereas now you're looking at Hamzat maybe doesn't get the submission in the first two rounds, and you're looking at round three. Strickland's not getting tucked down as much, keeping to the body, jabbing, hitting Hamzat to the body, the legs. Then you're looking at him keeping that up, and eventually maybe Hamzat breaks later on in the fight. Who knows? But that was my alternative. I do still think Hamzat's going to get a early submission victory. So I do. Strickland hasn't been submitted, but I don't think he's come up against anyone with this level of grappling that Hamza Chimaev possesses. So it'll be a very fun fight. No doubt about it. Sure, there'll be a lot of security in the octagon before that one starts. But once, hopefully, there is no Manel Cap against Muhammad Makayev, point twos, because those two were punching each other before the fight started in the octagon, and then all of a sudden the fight started, and they did nothing to each other. Let me see here. Megan O'Leary standing in the walkway, and you know what that means. Someone's going to come run out from behind. Let's see who it is. I think it's going to be Jeremy Stevens. Megan O'Leary, like, I'm not gonna lie, is like under the radar in my opinion. She's like obviously not, but in terms of like the MMA scene, some of the people that have been about for a very long time, you look at like Joe Rogan and stuff like that they're always like these really big, well known people. I feel like Megan O'Leary has just been chilling, been in the UFC for a very long time and just chilling out. But shout out to her. Her husband's Joseph Benavidez, I think. That fight was unreal. I remember back in the day, it was like a couple of years ago. But I remember Joseph Benavidez getting choked out by David Figueredo, and that was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Jeremy Stevens tied second most knockdowns in UFC history at 18, 13 first round finishes, and finished 21 of his 29 wins. So 19 knockouts there. Knockdown tonight, first place, Jeremy Stevens. That could be very interesting for him. He did come in heavily overweight, like, which is annoying. You'd see that from fighters because this is the best league in the world. Missing weight's just not really acceptable. That's why you lose so much of your purse these days, and that's the problem. But then again, people like, or that's the solution. But then, and again, people like Jeremy Stevens probably have enough money to avoid that. So, you know what I mean? Here comes King Green making his way to the octagon now. Been in the UFC for a very long time, so these are two veterans of the sport, without a doubt. Very interesting to see what they get up to. Yeah, let's go. What are we saying for this one? I can't even get the UFC website up for some reason, but We move. Let me know who you have. Oh, I need to get a poll run. Forgot about that. We'll do main only. I just let the main event one run through now. Um, yeah, go. Here we go. Tail of the tape for this fight. Both fighters 39. Jeremy Stevens missed weight by 4 pounds, probably, but or King Green actually made championship weight at 155. 1 inch height advantage for King Green. 71-inch reach for both fighters. Here we go. Bruce Buffer getting this one underway. The GOAT still here. Shout out Bruce Buffer and Michael Buffer. Two great fighters, two good announcers. Oh yeah, the poll. Quick pick for this one. I think Bobby Green to beat him. Bobby Green's really flipping good for some reason. Just like loses sometimes and then comes back and puts on like performance of his life. So I think Bobby Green's always a safe pick. Unless he's fighting like Islam Makhachev or something again. Alright, well. There's a poll should be in the chat now. Go and vote it. Let me know who you have in the main event of this one tonight. UFC 328. Right now we're getting the cards started. We have King Green getting this underway as he takes on Jeremy Stevens. What a fight this should be. Let's go. Round timer. Forgot about that. Oh, nice. My round timer thing's not even up. Alright, there we go. Round timer should be coming on in a second. Round one underway. Bobby Green starting off with the front kick and the jab. So once he gets into this flow or this rhythm that he has, it's really over for his opponent. But Jeremy Stevens still walking forward. Fight's only started before. Anyways, so trade hooks there, both fighters. Right, alright. Lock back in on the fight. Nice job there from King Green. He's still very, like, he's older, but he's still a very, very sharp fighter. One of the things you'll notice about him once he gets into his rhythm is that he's just sharp, accurate, flowing. Starts taunting and stuff. It's really entertaining. Right, there we go. Oh, nice right hook on the inside by Jeremy Stevens, though. And as we all know, he was the hardest hitting 145 at one point. And we're only up a lightweight right now. That's got to be one of the greatest. Not greatest. I don't even know a way to describe that line. One of the greatest, comebacks from McGregor at that point, but there's a nice shot from Bobby Green. Oh, on a hook now. That one stunned Jeremy Stevens. Oh, 2-1 now from Bobby Green. Jeremy Stevens is hurt here. Not gonna lie, if you go in 4 pounds overweight and get collared, that's a low blow. Bobby Green apologise immediately. He knows it is. Yeah, it's gonna be. Nowadays, like, he thought that was a tough moment, and then he just got countered with one of the greatest lines of all time. To be fair, that was not a full low blow, by the way. Like, I was on the belt. To be fair, I'm the hardest hitting 145er when he TKOs people, when I knock people out, they don't move. Is a good line until you get hit with that response. Maybe a bit low there from King Green. If you haven't already, vote in the polling chat. Let me know who you have tonight in the main event. I picked Chimaev. Just waiting for this timeout. Jeremy Stevens is going to take a minute though because he was getting tagged, and now he's got the opportunity to recover. That's the way that one's went. Oh, this referee, man! Shout out to this referee, but he is so tiny. I swear. Not that that matters, I think. Like, and Green apologising. Best believe he's about to be taunting in 2 seconds. He's countering as well. Like, he just backs up, waits for you to throw, and then whack. he's, you think he's there, never mind, he's not. There's a nice straight left from King Green, and a nice check hook there from him as well. Goes back to that body kick, and that one actually followed Jeremy Stevens a bit. Oh, huge overhand miss for Jeremy Stevens. Takedown for King Green. Oh, huge elbows from the top from King Green. Also, by the way, this by when changed his name from Bobby to King. Huge ground and pound here from King Green. That's like he's getting himself a bit of over there. Not gonna lie. Respect. I ain't gonna hit it. I didn't even know. I wouldn't even have known that was allowed to be fair. So sort of a one-on-one name. But on heavy ground and pound here though. Under Campbell's loving it here. If Jeremy Stevens can work his way back up, back to land some of those heavy punches that he allegedly has. Going for a Kimura here, Jeremy Stevens. That's one of the ones like, yeah, actually might be close here. King Green gets out. That's one of the ones where it's like, you're on a choke, go out, tap if you want. I don't even care these days. If you tap, like, it's whatever. If you go out, fact. But generally, if someone has your arm in an armbar and you don't tap for the love of the game, it's respect, but it's stupid. Choke's gonna go in here heavy from King Green, and this is gonna be his fight. Rear naked choke locked up, and there we go. Jeremy Stevens taps. Round one submission victory for King Green. Throws up the arms, sort of like a Diaz celebration there. Go. Wait side. Let's go. I actually seen this earlier on. I'll give a quick shout out here. This is one of the better things to see, but while we get ready for the post fight speech of King Green, Jim Miller, the oldest fighter in the UFC, I think he might be, or the one with the most fights or wins, or one of its fights. I think Charles Oliveira's the most wins. But he won earlier on and took the opportunity on the microphone after his fight to say that his son, who I believe is 14, beat cancer. So shout out to son. Seeing fighting runs in the family by the looks of it, and he beat that. And congratulations to him. That's a good thing to hear right there. Paulo Costa and Josh Hockett getting into it in the crowd. I'm not gonna lie, the way Paulo Costa's been moving, I'd probably avoid that if I was Josh Hockett. Teba Gutierrez calls out Israel Adesanya. I'm not gonna lie, I heard that before I went live, and I think that Izzy can win that. So it's back. Jeremy Stevens is gonna retire here, I think. Oh yeah, that's another thing. See here, this guy's been coming up on my Twitter. I haven't even followed him. Um, Walnut MMA. I think he does UFC videos or something. But I think he covers the gaming side as well. Says he's waiting for the McGregor announcement, and this is another thing we've seen. This is another thing we've seen. Um, Last night Ariel Helwani did a live show, which I didn't know he did. We had Ariel Helwani out here doing TED talks now apparently, but the Triple H won't hear from King Green. Chael Sonnen and Ariel Helwani were going back and forth, and Ariel says at his live show, you know, Ariel or Chael said I wasn't a credible source about the McGregor fight, but he's gonna have to some along the lines of like he's gonna have to taste his own medicine whenever. Hold on, let's hear King Green's. Or King Green just made a direct call out to Dana White because he didn't get a bonus for his last fight. Fair enough. But yeah, Ariel Helwani was saying like Chael's gonna have to take a taste of his own medicine or something whenever I'm right and the UFC announced Conor McGregor's next fight in the next 24 hours. And, one would think if they're gonna do it, he's just stormed out of the octagon. Fair play, King Green, man. He's been around for so long. If he still hasn't got the respect he deserves from Dana White, that wouldn't shock me these days, but that would be a joke. And I've actually said pivoted about 20 times off this point, but really space. Right back and quarterback. Aye. That's probably doesn't even mean right back to be fair. So um let me finish this point. We'll get to a few things here. But what better show to announce the return of Conor McGregor on the UFC 328, and we'll see if they'll do it. One of the biggest fights of the year, one of the biggest fights we've seen in the past couple of years, maybe 5, 10 years now. What better way to announce the return of arguably still the biggest fighter in the UFC, in Conor McGregor? We'll see. But this is another thing I noticed at the White House press conference. Bo Nickel is not Bo Nickel. That is an imposter. What is that? I shaved that beard, and I swear that's a different person. Fair play, man. It's not the same Bo Nickel. Here's this AI White House trailer. You know, it's been actually like, yeah, I think this is the greatest thing ever made. Even the voices in that, Joe Rogan's voice, DC's voice, my voice, it's all AI, and it's like, yes, mate, that's easier for it to do than it is like graphics. I mean, vote up the poll. Let's see what we're saying. We've got 3 votes on there. Chimaev at a 2-1 right now, 67% for Chimaev. I know, never mind. 67% for Chimaev. 2-1 Chimaev right now. Let's see if we can see if more people think Sean Strickland is going to win. I actually got. I mean, to show how fight this to show how big this fight is. All right, I'll just be honest here. So I've been popping my prediction videos up late because I don't have the time these days for the next couple of weeks to get them out earlier. But day of the fight last week got me 0 views. Day of the fight this week got me 140. So this fight is insanely big. That's how you know how, because even my views are shooting up on a method that usually gets me no views. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of the biggest fights that we will see in a very long time, and I'm hyped for it because other fights are really big fights, but when the fighters, for example, like Taporia and Justin Gaethje, whenever they don't say anything to each other, it sort of just stays that way. It's a big fight and it's a good fight, but it never really reaches the next level of stardom, of hype. And a fight like this, everyone's saying Chimaev's going to dominate, but there's still hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people wanting to see this fight. That's what talking does, and I believe this fight's going to be the biggest of the year. Depending on what we do, Conor McGregor might return to prefer, which usually puts a spanner in the works of anyone who thinks they have the biggest fight of the year. But I just like, I don't know, if they announce Conor again, I won't trust it until he's actually in the octagon. I mean, there was plenty of people that probably were going to Dublin, are going to go to that press conference, and the fight gets called off, press conference called off, and then the fight got called off. You know, that morning of the press conference for McGregor against Chandler, and that was 2 years ago now. Conor McGregor hasn't fought in a very, very long time. Never mind one. So I don't think he's fought in like, he hasn't fought in 5 years, and he hasn't won in like 6 years. So it's been a very long time for Conor McGregor to be out. And there's been a lot of movement in the sport. He still posts clips on his Instagram, and he posted it today. Someone like stopping the sparring via a body shot that he landed and stuff like that. And he's you know, he looks alright in sparring, but then again, he's not sparring UFC fighters, so it's hard to tell really if he is that, level still. And I think it would be easy to say that people don't think he is because he wasn't when he retired, or he wasn't when his leg broke. He wasn't able to beat Dustin Poirier, who's one of the best in the division, and got the title shot after it. So if he wasn't able to beat him then why would he even be close to the best now? Well, we'll see if he gets his chance and comes back and approve us, or prove people wrong, maybe. But it's looking like it's going to be him versus Max, which could be very interesting. Conor beat him before, and he hits hard. There's no hiding that. But Max is still younger, still in better shape, still been fighting the highest level in this sport over the years where Conor hasn't existed. Let's be honest. He's been a background character, and it's big news whenever there's rumblings of him coming back. But Conor has not been a mainstay on a main person in the sport for a consistent period of time, for a long time. You know what I mean? And it's a big fight. Uh, I think Conor would have to knock him out early, per usual. Do you know what I mean? Here we have John Anik. Is DC there tonight? DC's away trying to get back into shape for the match that EA Sports trailer. How's it seeing? I don't know if it's an alter ego or not, but we had middleweight DC in there. Shout out to Daniel Cormier, man. One of the underrated goats of the sport. What's this trailer for? Oh. Now, I've currently got Chris Weidman laying in front of me on a trailer. So, one or two things that's happening here is he's retiring, which I think he might already be retired. I'm a bit forgetful on that. Or he's getting announced into the Hall of Fame, and I think it's the second one. 8 votes now. A few more for Strickland. Won't be able to do the exact maths, but I think it's 2 for Strickland. Chris Weidman, I mean, I'm not some, I know a lot about boxing 100 years ago, but my 2000s era MMA knowledge isn't really the best, and it's still there, trust me, from time to time. Chris Weidman with those wins over Anderson Silva will never be forgotten, and if he is getting the Hall of Fame here, it's deserved, and I think he is, so. Or is it the fight? Fight? I don't know. Never mind. Is that actually, I was showing Anderson Silva, but it's the fight. Silva against Weidman, because I think he's the first person to beat Silva in a while. Silva's just destroying everyone. Do what I think all the time, like we never get a front kick KO these days. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like the last one was Michael Chandler. You know what I mean? Like every time I see Anderson Silva front kick Vitor Belfort, man, that was Anderson Silva was literally just like, yeah, you can't touch me, and then he got knocked out cold. Like, don't even mention the second fight though, because that was just sad. What happened with Anderson's leg, and then one of the craziest things ever was watching Weidman then against not Uriah Faber, Uriah Hall. That was scary stuff, man. Seeing that live was insane. So it was, but I'm glad he actually got to come back and fight again and stuff like that. But I think he's getting announced into the Hall of Fame here, so see, are they gonna show us here? Showing his whole comeback and all after the broken leg. I mean, when you talk about that as a fighter, fundamentally that changes everything you can do, and he's talking about him quite a bit here. But Conor McGregor was you see him nowadays saying just throw that leg kick, throw that leg kick when he was watching Weidman, but it's not that simple. If you're just coming in, I believe Weidman is getting introduced to the Hall of Fame here, and they're showing his comeback journey. You vote in the poll in chat. Let me know who you have in the main event. But they're showing the whole thing here, and it's never that simple for a fighter to come back from an injury like that leg break and see Weidman come back from that to get back into the octagon, and problems continued with it, but he fought on and he kept going even though he's older, fighting good people and put on good performances. So, I think this is Hall of Fame here, and shout out to him, Chris Weidman. I mean, that Anderson Silva win will never be forgotten realistically. Like, that's one of those ones where no matter what period of time it is, what year it is, it'll be like that video you see on YouTube that has 100,000, 200,000 views, and it's like top 5 moments disrespectful fighters got humbled. Do you know what I mean? And Anderson Silva sitting there dancing, and then he's getting knocked out cold. I think that's one of those moments that'll just last forever. So he's also sitting beside Dustin Poirier here, who surely gets his credit soon. One of the greatest fighters not to win a belt, full belt. Obviously won the interim title a few times, and Dustin Poirier. But here we have it. The Hall of Fame, the modern wing, Chris Weidman. Welcome to the UFC Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him. He deserves it. There he is, hugging DC. DC is there. Dustin Poirier, man. Shout out Chris Weidman, much deserved, man. You love to see it. Imagine what that feels like. You're literally Jim Miller called out Jim Miller called out Conor McGregor. I'll test that new ankle he's got there. But why not? Honestly, Jim Miller's commitment to the sport should be rewarded. That's something that a lot of people talk about is whether he should get Hall of Fame or not. A lot of congratulations here for Chris Weidman, and yeah, well deserved, man. Cool to say, like that's like the ultimate recognition. It's like you are one of the greatest ever in a sport where so many or such a select few reach the Hall of Fame. So the Hall of Fame in any sport is realistically the greatest honor a fighter can get, even when they're winning world titles and stuff. That's all good. A lot of people have won world titles, but to be Hall of Fame means that you made an impact and gotta respect it. Sean Brady up next. I still can't get the UFC website, so we're taking a guess. You know what I mean? You'd love to see it. Do that then. Wait. Let me know who you have in the poll if you haven't already. Sean Brady, I believe that's him lying in the background there. Unless someone else is fully tattooed. His back tattoo is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Um, Fair enough, mate. He's fighting Joaquin Buckley. Look, if he could ever recreate that knockout he got with a jumping spin kick, karate kid stuff, that would be nice. There's some weird stuff going on with this fight. Actually, there's weird batting lines with this fight. Um, I think it was that Sean Brady was a huge favorite, and now Buckley's a huge favorite. All of a sudden, and it's been took off batting websites. So I don't really know what way that one's gonna go, and that's always something that happens in the sports. Like such and such is injured, and only people behind the scenes know it, and then people tell people, and they end up batting heavily on one person, and the odds change, and then the FBI gets involved. Right. I know we're actually getting. I mean, the big fight that I'm on about. We're getting a lot of people in here, so maybe isn't the best time to say it, but if you haven't already, subscribe. Be much appreciated. I'll say this again when there's more people in here actually concurrently, but let's go. What is Twitter saying? You know what I mean? What is Twitter saying? Okay, well, ignore. Yeah, I don't know. Josh Hockett and Paul Costa being separated. Paul Costa looks comment on that. You're just in here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We're here for the main event. Vote in the poll. Been here every weekend so far this year. I plan to keep it up. So if you enjoy the watch parties, make sure to stick around, subscribe. Be much appreciated. We are just heading into, I believe it's Sean Brady against Joaquin Buckley. He's got, or Chris Weidman just got induced into the Hall of Fame. My throat is uh, still on the weaker side at times, but we're getting there. UC broadcast, yes, we've seen this. A lot of congratulations to Chris Weidman. Jim Miller and Bobby Green. DDP's in the crowd tonight. He's picking Strickland to beat Chimaev. Now that to the poll, another one for Strickland. That's interesting. But then again, if Strickland beats Chimaev and he's beat Strickland twice, then it's very good for him, isn't it? Like, oh shit. Yeah, DDP says Strickland's gonna win, but then again, that helps him. Here comes Joaquin Buckley. Actually, the music on that introduction for Weidman was insane. I can't hear it, like, but that was a good knockout from Gutierrez. But yeah, I think like he was a heavy favorite. It took him a minute. I'll shock it, man. The other thing is though, like I wouldn't underestimate. Like I'm not saying he's not about it. Like I'm sure if it happens, it happens. But I'm pretty sure one of six finishes by spinning back kick to the head in UFC history. Is that all? Well, there would have been more. There was not gonna lie. That might sound a bit, you know. Well, I thought there would have been more. No, I've went off my point. Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. I think if Hogan is through at, I think he'll throw back in a like in these like crowd things he does. But I genuinely just think Hoggett's there to like wind people up and just to annoy them. I don't think he's actually just going to start a fight with someone, um, which I think is fair. I think he just puts on his character. He talks. He gets his moment. I don't think he's actually going to throw hands at Paulo Costa unless Paulo Costa does it first. A lot of pressure on you tonight, Ariel, man. Ariel saying that the Connor fight's going to get announced, trying to back up his beef with Chael Sonnen. So we'll see if he gets his moment with that one. Luke Littler shocked when he found out how old Daniel Dubois was. Well, that might be a first because, to be honest, everyone thought Luke Littler was about 30 whenever they first seen him when he was 16. Here comes Sean Brady. I think he's coming off a loss to Michael Morales. Very brutal, or not brutal, or cold KO loss, but just a brutal loss for him. Um, he was so close to that title and so close to maybe getting a elimination bout, but it didn't go his way. But he gets back here. I'm sure he's confident he's going to win again tonight. Had a very good win over Leon Edwards otherwise, so see how he gets on. Sean Brady's a very good fighter. He sort of just moves under the radar that way, but he's very good. A lot of comparisons here for Bobby Green and stuff. For Bobby Green and or not Jeremy Stevens, Jim Miller. The Youngs still have it in the UFC. What? Try to tell me Coach Dean Thomas is actually in the corner instead of the corner of the screen tonight. Come on. Love to see it. I don't hear him anymore, but best believe you always see in the bottom left corner voice of Coach Dean Thomas pop up. And a goat is speaking on that mic right there. I know he's really busy these days with the Zuffa and stuff, but I think he could do it. I think he could honestly send other people out to do it for him. I would love to see more of those Dana White looking for fights. Those things were brilliant, man. They were actually really flipping good. You had him, Matt Serra, Dean Thomas, pulling up to some random city looking for the next best star, and they found Marab on there. Which is crazy. The tape here 33 for Brady, 32 for Buckley. Buckley has the 4-inch reach advantage. Both men are 5'10". Only two losses on the record, Sean Brady. I believe that's Bilal Muhammad and Michael Morales, both by stoppage. You gotta think about the wrestling here for Brady, realistically, when you look at that Usman fight against Buckley, and I think this is his first fight back from the Kamaru Usman fight. If I'm not wrong, so we'll see how he gets on here with the wrestling and stuff. But up until that Usman fight, like he was on a roll. He was doing really, really well. So see how he goes tonight. John Brady. Yeah, like I said, 18-2, 5'10", 170, fighting out of Philadelphia. He's the underdog tonight, which is controversial, but he's also the number six ranked contender in the sport. So, or no, welterweight division. Ooh, referee Keith Peterson in here tonight. Oh, the round timer. Let's see if we can get the round timer perfectly timed. We know the challenge. Please start this fight now. Oh, that felt perfect. No way we're doing that these days. That actually felt perfect. Apparently it wasn't though. Getting straight into it, these two. They're calm now. We have Buckley. They're both just waiting at the moment. Really trying to pressure forward to be fair. Oh, nice switch hook there from Brady. Brady in on the double leg here. Great underhook defense by Buckley though. That's what he'll like to have in this. Great defense again on the takedown from Buckley. That's how we know if Buckley's already locked though. If he defends takedowns like this throughout the whole fight, it means that's how Usman beat him. So did he take the lessons from that loss and go back and work on it? And so far it's looking like he did. Front kick to the body now. See if he can get his hands going. There's swelling to the eye of Brady already. Hammer doesn't usually hold still like because there's two people fighting, but I'll let you know if I figure it out. I think there is, yeah. Damage under the left eye of Brady already. There's a low kick that leads to a double leg takedown. Sean Brady. You gotta think, man, with that good takedown defense when Brady's forced to enter, that wasn't the smartest move there, but see if he can build his way back up. That's the next element. You know, Usman was able to keep him down. Will he be able to get back up? Shows improvement. Brady in side control at the moment, or half guard maybe. Hard to tell. Brady in side control. Brady in half guard. There we go. Gotta love camera angles. But they work towards an arm triangle here. I think he's trying to do that, but from ground to pound, mixing it in. Brady's going towards mount here. That's how he got Lay on, isn't it? He submitted him with a guillotine from here. Okay. How does he have the left side of his back tattoo, which is takes up his whole back, is covered with tattoos, and then the right side just play it like empty. A lot of ground and pound here though for Sean Brady, and he's mounted. Buckley's in danger, and he's keep moving here. Fortunately for Buckley, though, Brady has two hands. He's sort of just hitting him with the other one whenever Buckley tries to move. Oh, heavy shot landed that time. Brady's hitting a lot of punches through here. Heavy ground and pound now from Brady, still going. Gotta think he has to get stopped here though, or else his cardio will have taken a hit. Working towards a Kimura now. Great arm knock, one of the two. He's not got anything yet though. You gotta think though, that mistake from Buckley to throw that leg kick is insane though. What it's led to, he's took so many punches on the ground. Brady going for this Kimura to see if he can get it. He had Buckley distracted through a lot of punches and then eventually switched to the submission. Trying to get his hands locked on this Kimura, can't get it. Oh, he's over the top. This is not good for Buckley. He was just holding on at the moment. Out of it, nice. North south, back into side control. Sean Brady, you gotta think elbows here. What's he doing now? Looks like he's trying to pin him. Never mind. Going back to the Kimura. Just trying to get the 3 count on Buckley there. I'll see some elbows from this position if you're Brady, maybe cause a cut. But not good for Buckley though. Tucked down and spends the rest of the round on the ground. It does not show much improvement from his last fight. But let's see what he can do in round 2. Go, I have a 1-0 Brady at the moment. They show not. Fair enough, actually, it's true. No, this is just a power mind ad, never mind. Right. Buckley better not throw any low kicks. Heck from Bilal Muhammad there, former champion of the welterweight division. The greatest night of his life against Leon Edwards in London, probably. Yeah, this round timer's gonna be cooked. My bad. Or like MMA compared to boxing. Though, like boxing, fighter ready, yep, round started. As soon as they get off their stool, MMA, get out of the cage, get out of the cage. 15 people had to leave. Buckley's doing some cross step stuff here. Round 2 underway. Oh, nice kick to the body there from Buckley. Of course, it leads to a takedown though. Getting slammed here. Hopefully not for him. Tucked down. About to get absolutely suplexed. Side control for Brady now. Gonna work out Kimura again. He's attacking that very specifically. I think it would be interesting to know why. Wait there on the screen saying Buckley cannot let this fight hit the ground, and we're not even a minute into the second round, and Buckley is on the ground. So not good for Joaquin Buckley. Apparently, I have to get on threads. Apparently, this is the new thing. Trying to get on the UFC broadcast. Buckley still, or not Buckley, Brady still working. Side control, he's in mount again. Jeepers. I didn't even know he's in mount. He's working an arm triangle now. It's either submission or get beat. Just with ground and pound. If you're Buckley at the moment, he needs to work this out. But he's in a position right now that it takes a very high level grappler to get out of. Ground and pound again from Brady. Ground and pound. Brady's on top, man, and he's actually Buckley's tweaking with his legs, trying to get out of that. No way he did it. Let's go, Buckley. Come on, he's about to get double legged again. Never mind, he gets out of it. Come on, Buckley. Left hook. Show me those hands. Uppercut now. Oh, why are we going to the body with a kick? Why are we going knee to the body, bro? Of course he's gonna catch that. He's waiting for any kick to come at him so he can take you down. Hands, man. You've been knocking people out with those for years. Come on. 5 minutes of control time already for Brady. He actually does good in the brief moments of striking that he actually gets. Like Buckley looks alright. He's mounted again, man. This couldn't have gone any worse. He throws a knee and a hook, and of course Buckley, or not Buckley, Brady just ducks the hook and catches the knee and takes him down. Now he's back in mount, just ground and pound up against Cage again. Hey, what a shot. Brady raining down ground and pound here. These are just busy punches though. Better punch there. Brady punching through the top here. Can he get the finish? Elbows now from Brady. He just keeps punching, fair enough. Buckley trying to block anything he can, trying to move. Took a lot of energy for him to get out of that last full mount, and now he's stuck in another one. Brady not the best for him. Heavy ground and pound here from Brady. Buckley's starting to cover up. Or he's not even, he's trying to build up or trying to go onto his side, but that just makes it look worse for him, to be honest. Um, Shots through the guard now from Brady. 50 seconds left in this round. Can he keep on the pressure in the ground and pound here? Oh, huge elbow there from Brady. Come on, Buckley, man. Don't go out like this. Come on. Brady just tapping away. Hooks now. Shots through the guard. Elbow again. Elbow again. Those two landed clean. And again. Brady's bound to, or Buckley's bound to be hurt here. Elbow again. Elbow again. Might be a 10-8 round, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, huge elbow. That might be a 10-8 round for Brady. Buckley is getting cooked. Absolutely fried at the moment. Yeah, those odds, by the way, that whole batting thing. Forget about that there. Brady's punching the shit out of him. What are we saying? 10-8? Getting that 10-8. Buckley throwing that knee is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, along with that leg kick that got him tucked down the first time. Let's go, round 3 underway. Buckley needs a finish. And he needs to not throw any kicks. Brady's just running from punches as well. Nice low kick there from Brady as well. Buckley's gonna need like a overhand or something. That left hook that knocked Wonderboy out. Throws his jab. Nice level change there from Brady, but Buckley defends that one. He's defending well at the start. Like these entries here, where he's not caught off guard, he can do good, but he just gets tugged down again. Shakes his head that time. Tom Brady's landed 4 or more takedowns in 6 UFC fights. It's crazy. And you best believe he's going back to mount and he's throwing the ground and pound again. Buckley mightn't make it out of this round this time. Remy Stevens has the most losses in UFC history at 20. We're, we're just chilling here because Brady's just cooking him on top mount again. Like, it's the only way to describe it. He's going to start throwing ground and pound like mental here. Buckley can't really do much. He's got Brady back into half guard because he's shifted there, but Buckley's probably going to pass back the top mount whenever he wants. Not a great night if you're Joaquin Buckley. More ground and pound shots here from Sean Brady. I don't know why, but I swear Bilal Muhammad actually turns into like Twitter troll at every event. A lot of ground and pound here for Sean Brady. He's holding the head with one hand and punching with the other. Bilal Muhammad said even 2, 3 years Dagestan won't have Buckley at this time. Oh my, top out again for Brady. Yeah, it might be 5, 6 years Dagestan and forget for Buckley. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he has that much time left in his career, but if he does, he might want to get a move on. Round the pound again, man. What are you even doing in this situation? Like, top mine's pretty much impossible to escape. You're just actually getting your head punched in. Like, it's cooked, it's fried for him. Elbows now from Brady again. Round and pound, man. You gotta think he's gonna look for the finish in the last minute here. What a performance it'll be if he does get it. What a performance it is, anyways. Finishes the cherry on top is this heavy ground and pound here from Brady. 12 votes. Oh, still gonna be Chimaev, but it was another one, Chimaev. Yeah, Strickland, man, you've got like 20% chance of winning. Ground and pound here. A lot of it. Buckley just trying to move, man. Good thing for Buckley is he's showing a lot of signs of life, but he's just stuck there, to be honest. Moving, he's blocking, he's doing everything he can, but he just is literally stuck. Brady just keeps throwing, man. Go on, Brady. There we go. What a performance, Sean Brady. Beats Joaquin Buckley. What am I saying? That is 30-25 in my opinion. Great win for Buckley or for Brady. I don't know where Buckley's gonna have to go to sort that grappling, but yeah, I don't know. Gonna need to find somewhere new. Hey. Palma versus Dubois would be interesting, but can't stick it to the UFC. Easy for boxing advertisement here. Best believe I'd rather do anything else with my free time than to stay up and watch Mosley Jr. take on Bahachuk. Sorry to tell you, I'm sure it's a great fight. Let's hear his official decision. It's pretty dominant, Sean Brady, by the way. 30-25, 30-25, and 30-27. Someone does not like Sean Brady, man. What is that? How do you not give him a single 10-8? He landed about 300 punches on Buckley every round from top mount, like, it's a joke. I'm gonna butcher Buckley's name here, so let's see it. 'Putting this weight out at the moment. 35, 30-25 two times is crazy. But I mean, that's crazy for a fight score. But that is what it should have been. That's why I had it 30-25. 30-27 as an actual scorecard's a joke though. I thought that was an easy 30-27 for Brady. I didn't think he done enough for a 10-8 in the first, but I thought the last two rounds he threw that many punches from top mount. It was sort of undeniable in my opinion. He's made a call out there, I think. ESP in the house. Shout out George St. Pierre, one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time, depending on what you think. Maggie Michimanchi, one of the most known Brazilian Jiu Jitsu grapplers, choking himself out again. Mauricio Ruffy. Something along the lines out there. I feel like there's different ways to pronounce his name and I get it wrong every time, but he left the fighting nerds. There's Paulo Costa and there's Diego Lopez. Go on. What a fighter he is. The Bronx, Charles Oliveira in the crowd tonight. Is that it? What's this trailer now? Is this just an overview of the city or is this a trailer? Oh, we're doing a UFC Freedom 250 advertisement. I'm waiting to hear the Joker laugh or something. I'm waiting to see specific color light up on the screen when the screen goes black or something. I'm waiting for this trailer announcement. Alwana, you've got me waiting, man. Will it happen? Probably not. Dana was probably gonna announce Connor coming back tonight and then seeing Hawani said it was gonna happen and went, no, we'll do that on Monday or something. Gan. Gan's gotta be the luckiest fighter in the history of this sport. Not gonna lie, fights two Vasa for the interim title, gets a shot, loses it, gets another shot against John Jones because there's no one else. Fights Volkov, robs Volkov, gets another shot against Aspinall, pokes him in the eye, puts him out for months, and then gets another shot instantly against Pereira because there's no one else. Like, that's ridiculous. On some Gaethje highlights here. Oh, nice. John Topuria just knocking out everyone I've ever loved in this sport. Good to see. Gotta love it. Like they're like, here's Topuria. Look at his highlights, and it's just Volk, Charles Oliveira, and Max Holloway all getting brutally knocked out, colder than they'll ever go again. Like, and it's just, I don't want to see that. Like, I know what he did. Don't show me it again. Don't bring back the flashbacks. Like, Pereira and Gallon could be an interesting fight, but at the same time, I hope Alex Pereira just does what he did against Ankalaev and walks in and hits him and knocks him out. Like, just no nonsense type of fighting style. Like Gallon's been a really good heavyweight, but he's always been the second place heavyweight. If he was to beat Pereira, that would be insane. Here's the full card. Elliot Porter just can get you your main event. You see lightweight title locks Pereira, Cial Gallon. Co-main event, the interim heavyweight title. Then we have O'Malley, Zahabi, Hogan Lewis, Ruffy Chandler, Nickel Dawkins, and then Lopez, Steve Garcia at the start, which is a very, very, very good fight and probably one of the highest level fights on that card, apart from the championship fights. So they've been done dirty there, being put at the start. But what a fight that would be. What is happening on Twitter? Oh, oh yeah, and you're winning $1 million bonus as well. Why not? Let's go. Heavyweight Paddy the Baddies fighting next. Alexander Volkov coming into his 51st UFC or 51st professional MMA fight. Benson Henderson should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. He's taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. Could be interesting. 3 fight win streak. And Volkov get through this and lay another claim to the title. Brad Rhea won via round 4 TKO earlier on this boxing. Try to stay off boxing, we're doing UFC, but he follows me on Twitter. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to him and commiserations to Liam Cameron. He's made a incredible comeback in life. If you haven't seen his story already, check it out. Jim Miller. Yeah. I think Jeremy Stevens might have retired earlier on, by the way. Buckley landed 5 punches in the entire fight. Brady landed 77 and threw 180. Flip me. Yeah. I'd actually lose my head. That's gotta be one of those ones where you actually just contemplate your whole career in sport after. That's like you put in like months into something. Like I can't like putting months into practicing for a tournament and then playing the tournament and getting beat in the first round and get beat like 10-0 while you're at it. That's actually a joke to my head. Chris Weidman's one of the most loved fighters in sport by Oxford here. Brady, man. Thank you, Fabio, for being an absolute warrior and the boss speaking earlier on. I mean, Fabio Wardley probably has the greatest chin in the history of boxing. Are you not entertained? Yeah, right there. Behind the bar. Yo. We are waiting for our next fight to get underway. I will be back in a second. Still here, like, but we have Waldo Cortez Acosta make this way to the octagon right now. He's the tied second longest active win streak in heavyweight division at 3. Second highest significant strike rate among active UFC heavyweights at 5.37 per minute. And he also was awarded his contract on the Contender Series at season 6. So he's been fighting for a while, trying to get through that title. Chance to do it tonight against the rightful man that should be fighting Alex Pereira realistically, probably in Alexander Volkov. We will see how this one goes. This could be a boxing fight, which is interesting because Volkov's takedown defense is non-existent. Like, but apart from that, pretty good in the fight. All right. Have a hydration break here, but I actually seen a funny clip. Um, the embedded episodes or something. It was I think it was the last embedded episode, and it shows Strickland making weight, and then it cuts to Hamzat. He's in the towels and he's trying to cut weight, and he's sweating like mental. And then there's just this cut to a steak. Pan the camera around, and all he sees Volkov sitting there. He's like, I really feel bad for these fighters that have to cut weight. I support them, they're brave fighters. And it's just slice by slice, he's taking this steak apart. Fair enough, mate. 13 votes in that poll. Still happy Chimaev favourite. We're waiting for this next fight to get underway. Waldo Cortez Acosta takes on Alexander Volkov. Be a good fight. The heavyweights go at it. They have they have stuff that high expectations to live up to from the last heavyweight fight I seen. Volkov, the taller man, at 6'7", 3-inch height advantage there over Acosta, who is 6'4". Acosta actually weighed more, but Volkov has the 2-inch reach. 37 years of age now, Volkov, but he's a heavyweight, so heavyweights tend to be able to fight longer throughout their careers at an older age, so yeah, it'll be good. Waldo Cortez Acosta, from number 4 ranked in the heavyweight division, 17-2, 6'4", 264 pounds, just coming in under that weight limit, and he's the underdog actually here, fighting out of the Dominican Republic. Let's go. Who else do we have here? Who else? Volkov. Volkov saying, what rank is Volkov now? He should be higher than Austin, maybe. Yeah, Volkov's number 2 ranked in the division. 39-11. Veteran of the sport, 6'7", 157 pounds, fighting out of Russia. Got ourselves. Is that not his nickname? Is his nickname not Drago or something? Am I thinking things? Yeah, his name's Drago. Nickname's Drago. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, he sort of fits the stereotype, 6'7" Russian, number 2 ranked heavyweight in the world. Here we go, round 1. Come on, what a fight this should be. The co-main event. What a fight that is that we've lined up for that. Let's get this one underway first. Round 1 underway. Let's go. Leg kick missed for Volkov. Gets that one though. Soon inside leg kicks the moment. Tries to get it, the body doesn't get it. Nice check there from Volkov, lands another leg kick. And again. And the big thing about Costa for me is his sort of footwork, his boxing. Leg kicks will take that away from him. Jab inside leg kick. Body kick as well from Volkov. Nice job though from Costa. He's a very quick heavyweight. So he is actually. Forgot to mention that. Slow kick there. Volkov as well. Costa throwing his own now. He nearly got that front kick to the body, caught there. Volkov did, but circle out. That jab again for Costa seems to be his main weapon at the moment. Low kick there from Volkov. High kick from Volkov, so that one missed though. Inside low kick again though. A lot of those are getting through as well. Not many of those are getting blocked by Cortez Acosta. Inside low kick again. Nice work from Volkov here. And again. Targeting that knee as well. Goes for it again. Costa trying to track him down, pin him down, throw combination, but he doesn't land on either. For 5-punch combo, and I think he missed them all. Volkov clearly trying to keep this at range with the leg kicks. That one might have hurt Waldo, who goes to the uppercut left hook, doesn't get anything again. Nice work from Volkov on the leg kicks. Body kick. Volkov getting to work with those kicks. If I could get on the UFC website, I could probably get it gives you their leg reach. For some reason I would have had that, but can't get on there for some reason. And Volkov's legs are clearly longer anyways. Working away with the kicks to the body and the legs. I'm sure he'll look to switch that to the head at some point as well. Waldo, on the other hand, looking for the oblique kick. There's a nice leg kick again, outside leg kick that time, and again. And Volkov keeps moving, 12 of 15 on those leg kicks. Can't stand still like this, mate. You gotta move. Gotta get out of there, circle, that's it. Keep circling. Left to right movement. I mean, Waldo's just trying to track him down right now and land a combination. As long as he keeps moving, keeps going with those low kicks, he'll win this round anyways. It'll be interesting to see how Waldo adjusts. Stand still in front of him, isn't ready to play. Because that body kick in doesn't get it that time. I don't think Volkov's actually threw a punch. Nice jab from Waldo. Misses the 1-2 behind it though. Wrong kick to the body that time for Volkov. Volkov's been fighting in the UFC for a very long time. Oh, left hook overhand from Waldo. That one sort of stunned Volkov for a second, but all good. That's that speed coming through though. That Waldo carries at this weight class, and with fighters like Tom Aspinall, obviously he's very powerful, but his speed's one of his main things, and that's what makes him dangerous as well at this weight. Body kick from Volkov again. Misses the 1-2. There's a nice left over the top from Waldo. Nice job from Volkov that time. Waldo misses again. Low kick again from Volkov. Goes the head kick, doesn't get it. You gotta give that round to Volkov, right? Landed about 20 low kicks. I know he got hit a few times, but he made Waldo miss a lot of times as well. Aye. We go. Round two about to get underway here. Waldo looks ready to go. Goes Volkov. See what happens in this one. Waldo's gonna look to try and close the range quicker in this. Land more shots. He got through towards the end of the round, but I don't think it was enough for him to get the round for me. But we'll see what he can do in this round. Round two underway. Nice body kick again from Volkov there, but there's a nice right hand now from Waldo. Volkov just needs to keep moving. I suppose for the disadvantage of being this tall and being a heavyweight is a nice 1-2 from Waldo again. That your feet aren't really the quickest. Waldo goes right hand over the top, doesn't get it. Volkov trying to grapple here, which is very interesting. He's just gotta keep low kicking and hoping that the leg gives out as long as his hands haven't really got going to prefer Volkov's. I see lands a head kick. Inside low kick again for Volkov, it's a nice one. Goes for it again, and there's a really nice right hand over the top from Waldo. Body kick now from Volkov. Volkov understands what to do here, man. He's actually, like, he is a veteran and he's crafty, like, he just understands the method. Nice low kick again from Volkov. Volkov's got a 90% kick to punch ratio. Inside low kick again. Yeah, circling, low kicking, circling, body kicking, circling, low kicking. That's it. That's all he needs in his life. Goes to the head kick, that's blocked. Needs to go with a rear leg head kick, I think. Or land a right hand. You do something, but you gotta throw a punch here. He's got a lot of inside leg kicks. Waldo's doing it now. I'm gonna lie. Costa's feet aren't too fast either because the huge 1-2-1 for Volkov. He gets through now. Waldo's the only person I've ever seen to get TKO'd, stopped, and then the fight resumed, and then fought on and knocked the opponent out to prefer. Volkov taking a break at the moment from kicking the leg, but he lands a nice body kick there. Nice inside low kick from Volkov. Good right hand to the body though from Aosta. Waldo's doing well with his boxing when he gets his shots. There's a nice front kick to the body from Volkov. Waldo missing that overhand right and pointing to the centre of the octagon. There's 2 minutes left in the second, mate, not 10 seconds left in the third. Inside low kick again for Volkov. Volkov's just out fighting him here realistically. With the low kicks and the body kicks. Like nice left hook. Right hand from Volkov. There's a nice jab from Volkov. Stuns Waldo. Or maybe he's acting, I don't know, he's done this before. For trying to walk Volkov on the shop. There's a huge right hand for Volkov. Missed that jab. Just low kick him, yep. There we go. That's the method, Volkov. You're locked. You know the way. Blood on the face of Volkov, like, but he's chilling at the moment. There's a nice jab from Waldo. From Volkov. I remember. Probably both of them. Volkov's another fighter with a crazy back tattoo. Nice inside low kick again for Volkov. Those are sharp tonight. Waldo was back to his though. Jab miss for Volkov. 21-21 on significant strikes in this round. Oh, nice head kick there from Volkov. Nice overhand. And a leg kick landed as well. And that like 10-second breaker. Volkov. Still circling. Still throwing his kicks. There's a nice body kick now. Waldo trying to get on the inside now. Nice job there from Volkov. And again from Volkov. Nice outside low kick from Volkov again. Nice inside low kick as well. That one hurt the leg of Waldo. He actually checked the leg kick from Waldo and then checked him back with the same leg that he checked from. And that one sort of put him in a squared up stance for a second. This here jab, playing on the jaw. That one actually did hurt him, I think. I've seen Waldo get hit before and he like acts as a taunt like he's hurt. I've got this 2 to Volkov, so in my opinion Waldo needs a knockout victory here. The trailer for EA UFC 6. Little bit of a teaser, maybe some comes soon on the channel for that. Make sure to keep an eye out, subscribe if you're interested in that sort of stuff. Game looks alright to me, but we'll leave it at that. Round 3 is about to get underway here between Volkov and Aosta. Aosta needs KO in my opinion. But maybe someone else gave him the last round because of punches he was landing, but I don't know. I think with the leg kicks and him getting stunned, Volkov should get that one. Not kicking with that late leg either. One one. I don't think so, Cejudo. 1-1 again. Well, who cares about leg kicks then? Let me. 1-1 again. I have this Taira Volkov. Leg kick, front kick for Volkov. You just ignore the leg kicks. Maybe I'm forgetting what Waldo's doing. I don't know. Maybe it's my bad, but nice inside low kick again from Volkov. That lead leg of Waldo's hurt, but there's a nice job from Aosta. They're calling eye poke here. Let's see the replay. The thumb. Alright, let's see what happens here. There's a replay for an eye poke. Waldo's saying that was good. But Volkov is saying thumb, so we'll see. That is how Gaethje got pinned with it before. Are we going back underway here? We are indeed. Oh yeah, it's definitely an eye poke. Never mind. Waldo missed and he sort of fell over his front foot, and then he's throwing a lot of shots here at Volkov. Hold on. Yeah, but then he went to like grab Volkov in his eye, or he caught him with an eye poke. Comes the eye of Waldo now. He got hit with a jab though. But as we know, a one-eyed Waldo is a very dangerous fighter. Jumping switch kick to the body there from Volkov. Nice inside low kick again for Volkov. Nice body kick from Volkov. Waldo shoots the overhand right. Jab from Waldo. Again. Ooh, head kick from Volkov. Almost quick. There's an overhand right from Waldo again. Waldo with the uppercut that time was a nice shot. Body kick from Volkov. Volkov needs to go back to the leg kicks. Yep, goes for it. Waldo shoots a takedown. Doesn't get it. Good defense from Volkov that time. He's got to watch an elbow off the break here in the clinch. Needed a body from Waldo. Clinch separates. Nice body kick again from Volkov. Let me back to the kicks in the circle, and you're standing in front of him for too long. Nice leg kick, but then he gets caught with the right hand. Jab from Waldo. Jab from Volkov. Low kick again for Volkov. We need a big moment from one of these fighters here to fully like seal the deal with this round. Jab from Waldo again. Nice jab from Volkov. Wait, Waldo misses an overhand. Head kick blocked again for Volkov. Nice body kick though. Front kick that time for Volkov. 1-2 now. Don't know if the right hand landed. I think the jab did though. Nice low kick for Volkov. A leg of Waldo's is cooked. Volkov should just dig in on those low kicks in the last 20 seconds, see if you can get anything. Waldo throwing heavy here. Volkov just blocks the circles out. Waldo trying to stand in the centre and throw. It's a huge overhand. Volkov missed the kick. Waldo still throwing. Give that round to Waldo. Only be 2-1 either way, this one. I think Volkov should get this one though. The official decision. Waiting for it. Alexander Volkov gets the win. 30-27, 29-28. Unanimous decision victory. That's a very good win for him. What a win for Volkov, and he'll be calling for his shot now. Let me hear him here. All right. Before the last two fights, take a break for a quick second. I'll be back for the co-main, main in just Right, I'm back. Go. We're ready for the co-main event now. Joshua Van attempts to defend his light or his flyweight, isn't it? Flyweight title against Taira. We were supposed to get this fight last month at UFC 327, but Joshua Van had to pull out due to a minor injury, but he's back and ready to go. I'll talk about it in a second here. So yeah. Joshua Van obviously wins the title last time out in a very controversial way. You know, the champion, the long reigning champion, multiple time defending champion, who looked like he was just getting better. Alexander Pantoja, fights Joshua Van, who beat Brandon Royval in an absolute war before that. And Pantoja goes out there and he throws a head kick very early in the fight as well. Throws a head kick, Van catches it, pushes Pantoja over, and then Pantoja goes down. His elbow dislocates when he tries to put his hand on the mat, and that's all she wrote in that fight. And Pantoja, or not Pantoja, what do you call him? Van won the belt like that, but it's been very controversial for him, and maybe said another thing or two, I caused that, which he sort of did, to be fair. But, you know, he sort of caused it, but is it something to be bragging about? I don't know. I seen him saying you'd think a black belt would know how to fall. I don't think that was him knowing how to fall. I think that was coincidental that his arm just ended up breaking. What is this like? Twitter just someone said Volkov beating Costa was the worst decision they've ever seen in their life. This is why the UFC is losing support. Someone agreed with him. Volkov clearly won. Waldo just swinging for the fences, does not score well. Then someone else agreed with him as well. No way Volkov won. And they stole a life changing moment from Acosta for that. Acosta will be back. Acosta, if you are a fan of Acosta out there, I'll just let you know right now he beats the rest of the top five at heavyweight probably, so don't be worrying about that. He'll be back and he'll get a shot again. But he got out crafty tonight and got outdone, outpointed by the veteran. So Joshua Van, what a fight this is, though. Let's get talking about it. Joshua Van, one of the most exciting, entertaining boxers, or like boxing styles in UFC and MMA. Then you have on the other hand Taira, who's an absolute phenom, is that what they call it in this sport? I think he's still undefeated and beat a lot of people and gets a stoppage victory over Brandon Moreno, who hadn't even been stopped before, and he does it last time out. That secures him his title shot, and he was actually on the same card as Joshua Van against Pantoja, and he watched that fight go down at ringside and called the shot immediately, and he got it. So I think that Taira might win this one, though. I think he's more well rounded than Van, but we'll see. And Taira's making his way to the octagon now. So let's go. Go. I believe if Taira wins tonight, he will be the first ever person from Japan to win a UFC title. First fighter born in the 2000s to win a UFC main event. There you have it. Some good grappling. Kevin Holland there. Yeah, that Buckley stuff was crazy. Title opportunity here. Actors were confronting Cap I would not recommend. Let's go. Put me an event. Taira walking out right now, and I'm trying to. Man. But what a fighter he is, what a run he's on. Can he put the finishing stamp on it by becoming the champion? And the man that will get the title shot when he's ready to come back, and hopefully it's soon. I think it is soon. In Alexandre Pantoja, the former champion, he will, or he is sitting in crowd tonight, and he will be the next title challenger for one of these men. So it'll be very interesting to see. Maybe they'll get him in the octagon after. I don't think they will, but maybe they should because that's the way it happens sometimes, and he deserves a shot again at that belt, Pantoja. So it's only a matter of time before he's back. Here comes Tatsuro Taira, getting ready to enter the octagon. Not water. Yep. Step by step analysis on the water and the mouthpiece here. Ready to go. We hug the team. Let's go. Wonder what it's like being in the corner for a UFC fight. The adrenaline for being in anyone's corner's got to be unreal. 8 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission for Taira. Highest top position percentage in UFC flyweight history at 47.7, and the third most wins since 2022 in the UFC flyweight division, 7. There we have it. Stats stacking up for the number 3 ranked Tatsuro Taira. But man standing across from him is also on a pretty good run at the moment. We'll see who wins. It's going to be a really, really good fight. Probably better than co-main event or the main event. I mean, in terms of skill for skill, match for match, like this is an unbelievably close one and a really good fight. Whereas in the main event, for example, Chimaev could just hold Strickland down for 25 minutes, and that's what I mean by that. Here we go. Enter the octagon, the challenger. That's Taira. Joshua Van about to make his way to the octagon right now. His nickname the best. Fair enough. I mean, stated as it is then, mate. A pretty good nickname to have if you win the title tonight. Here comes Joshua Van. Come on. We're all waiting here. Some of these guys just need to get walking, do you know what I mean? Like, let's go. Showing the arena first, anyways. That's a joke. But come on. Here he is, Joshua Van walking out in that black and gold gear for the champion. No custom shorts for Van. But he's fighting out of Myanmar. Hopefully I said that right. He's the second youngest champion in UFC history. And obviously the man at first is John Jones, which is good record to hold if you're Joshua Van. Fist bumping some of the fans. Let's go. I mean, when it comes to Van, I think his last loss was Charles Johnson. That was a very long time ago. So great to run for him now at the title. He's the champion, and we'll see what he can get done here. Hyped up though, ready to go. Black and gold shorts. They're actually very rare to see these days because not a lot of champions wear those. They wear their custom shorts usually, but they're very clean. 6 fight win streak for the champion here in Joshua Van. Highest significant strike rate in UFC history at 8.84 a minute. That's crazy. And largest significant strike differential in UFC flyweight history at plus 2.45 per minute. Those are your stats. Go Joshua Van. Getting ready, get into the octagon. What is the Twitter saying right now? Three three straight wins. Bobby Green. He wants custom shorts. Taking the promotion. We've been talking with the promotion. I want some red, white, and blues like Apollo Creed. Get me a pair of Apollo Creeds. Let's go. You'll get Bobby Green as Apollo Creed shorts if that's what he's looking. Go, both fighters in the octagon. Come on. In here. If you're in here, let me know who you got in this coming event. You can type it in the chat because I'm just going to keep running that poll on Chimaev and Strickland until the main event starts. But it's currently 18 votes and 89% to Chimaev, so we can do the maths there. Yeah, the tape for this one: Taira 26, Joshua Van 24. 2-inch height advantage for Taira at 5'7", and 5-inch reach advantage for Taira as well at 7 inches of reach compared to Joshua Van's 65. Taira's the favorite here. And this has got to be one of the youngest UFC title fights we've ever seen combined ages because 24 against 26 is crazy. Joshua Van, Ira, come on. I think it's a really, really good fight. I'm actually really glad it got rebooked as well. Makes this card even better. It was already a good card, but you add this to the co-main. Come on, what a fight. Judges, Ricardo Almeida, oh well. Vitor Ribeiro is our referee. The judges thing ran away real quick. I did not get a look at that. Buffer. It's time. The main event. Good fight, man. I'm hyped for that one. Maybe we'll get a little announcement before it as well. Who knows? Oh, here we go. Tatsuro Taira, 18-1. So he has lost 5'7", 125 pounds. He's fighting out of Okinawa, Japan. He's the favorite here. Number 3 ranked contender in the UFC flyweight division. And he's ready to challenge champion Joshua Van. Come on. Looks nervous. But I think everyone is in this moment. Like, biggest fight of his life. Can he come through and get the win? Up. Won't be an easy test though, because the man standing across from Joshua Van, he's got his win streak, he's got his momentum. 16-2, 5'5", 125 pounds. He's fighting out of Houston, Texas. Surprisingly, in this one, the champion comes in the underdog, but he's won both his fights as a UFC underdog. So we'll see how he goes here. Come on. I think the thing that was most impressive with Taira is Moreno's a very good boxer as well, and he just took him down, held him there, ground and pound, mount, and that was it. All right, we're getting ready here. Round 1, about to get underway. Here we go, round 1 underway. Let's go. Taira starting off the jab, I think. Nice leg kick already from Taira. Jab again from Taira. That leg kick again. Double leg attempt here from Taira. He's in on it. And he finished those good defense from Van so far. Lifts him, doesn't get it. There he goes, trip. Taira gets Van down already and he's in mount. Van's got his head up against the cage though. Mount for Taira this early is crazy. He's taken down all 9 of his UFC opponents that he's attempted to take down. Great work for Taira there. I have to type. Taira's still in mount. See what Joshua Van has here to get out of this position. Very dangerous position. Oh, you look how Moreno got stuck here in the last one. Didn't end well for him at all. So, what did Taira do from here? First round finish of the champ would be crazy. Van trying to kick out here. Is he going to get it? I think he is. Taira's in half guard now, I think. So, good work from Van. Gotta suspect he's not going to let this belt go easy. Taira in the side control now. Joshua Van building his way back up. He's on to a knee. But I think Taira's threatening that guillotine. Dragging him back with it. Well, like a headlock. Dustin Poirier will go crazy if Taira gets a guillotine finish. Right out to the diamond. There we go. Van gets it off. And Taira separates with the right hand. There's a nice shot from Taira, but we're back to the center of the octagon. Good work from Van to get back up. Nice double jab right hand there from Van. Jab from Van again. Nice shot from Taira though to interrupt that rhythm from Van. Low kick for Taira misses. Hey, nice shots from both fighters there. Nice job from both fighters. Solid though for Van. But once again, double leg takedown for Tatsuro Taira. And he locks up those legs. You gotta suspect he's gonna do this all night. 3 for 4 on takedowns for Taira. And he shifted the position of Van here. Taira sort of just holding him up against the cage at the moment. Van's got his back in the cage, just trying to build his way back up, and he gets to the legs. Oh, he gets to his feet, I mean. Taira's still on a single leg. There he goes off. We're back in the clinch. Nice knee to the body from both fighters. So let's see this clinch separate. Back to work here. And my Taira goes to trip and he gets it. He's back in the mount. Is he? Oh, good defense from Van. Now he's back in the mount actually. He's gonna throw here. He's got to throw here. He wants to secure this round fully. Misses the elbow. Good work from Van. The Taira's just throwing here. Anything he can. Uppercut maybe. Elbow on the separation. 1-0 to the challenger in my opinion. Headed the wrong corner. Fair enough. So I have it 1-0 to the challenger right now, Taira. Round 2 here. Body underway, let's go. Round 2 underway, come on. There he is, the voice of Dean Thomas. Coach analysis in the corner. Shout out to him. But once game round 2 underway. Oh, like attempt or feint from Taira that time. Yeah, I think he's gonna go back to those takedowns soon enough. Nice job there from Taira. Job again. Nice sprawl there from Van, but Taira in on the single leg. Elbows from Van here. See if he can get this takedown. Gonna go for the trip here probably off this clinch. Yep, didn't get it. Van tries to spin him around. Nice knee to the body from Taira, but the clinch separates. Good defense from Van there. The takedown, nice job from Taira. Uppercut hook though from Van. Van sneaky with the shots. Nice overhand from Van. Jab again from Van. Wait, he 1-2 from Van as well. Those were good shots there. Van's boxing is unreal. Then whenever Taira takes him down, it's unmatched, so we'll see. It's 2-1 there from Taira. Goes in for the takedown. Gets the trip. Very good takedown there from Taira. Kind of works his way back into mount. This one's in the center of the octagon as well, and he has it. See if he can add some ground and pound from this position now. Come on. See what Taira can do. He's able to finish Brandon Moreno like this, so what can he do to Van, who's doing very well here to try and get out of this position, but I don't think he's getting there at the moment. Nice work from Van. Good scar back. Trying to build his way back up or work closer to the cage, but that's good work from Taira there to keep him down. Taira needs to start landing shots though off this grappling. To be honest, because like damage hasn't really been done here. All the damage this round's been done by Van, so we'll see. More top positions secured by surrendered by Van in all previous 10 UFC fights combined. I already know what that means, but elbows and work from the bottom here from by Van, but back into mount for Taira. Kind of throw now. Van sprawls, gets out of there, nice. Good work from Van. Elbows to the ribs now from Van from bottom. Taira needs to work here. Like, I don't know what his goal is here. Like, he's just trying to work them out, getting them out, and then Van's getting out. Van's landed more ground strikes than Taira has. Going for submission again, Taira. Threatening that guillotine. He could switch it to a Aosta there, it'd be dangerous, but Van's back up. Nice job from Van. Nice. Oh, down goes Taira. Taira's really hurt here. Heavy ground and pound from Van. What a shot that was, right hand. Taira's trying to throw up a triangle choke though. Not in the right position for that at all. Taira taking heavy damage here. Will this be the end? He's been landing too clean, man. The end of the round. What a round for Joshua Van. Taira survives. And we're going to the wrong corner again, man. Great work there from Joshua Van to get the knockdown at the end of the round. His striking is much cleaner and much quicker than Taira's, so see. Great right hand there, straight in the chin, puts Taira down. That as well, man. See if Van can get the finish here in this round or if Taira can make a comeback of sorts. They have it 1-1, even right now. Alright, let's go. Round 3 underway. Jab again from Van. Takedown attempt from Taira, he doesn't get it. Jab again from Van. A kick miss for Taira. To watch that. Taira has a 5-inch reach advantage and it's non-existent. Is the best way to describe how this fight's going right now. Nice right hand again for Van. Taira needs to get his back off the cage here. Oh, what an uppercut on the inside from Van. Van is a ferocious puncher, man. Combinations are unreal. Taira doesn't get the takedown again. Too far out. Nice right hand again from Van, repping to the body now. So the uppercut doesn't get it. Jab again, nearly knocks the mouthpiece of Taira out. Right hand again from Van, jab now. Boxing is ridiculous compared to Taira's. Takedown attempt from Taira, he doesn't get it. Needs to get off the cage here, he's going to get finished here. Huge shots from Joshua Van, over the top now. Joshua Van is on an absolute roll here against Taira. Oh, what an uppercut. That one hurt Taira. Once again, doesn't get his takedown. Jab from Van. He's got to start throwing a flying knee or something to try and get this one out of the bag. Down he goes off a jab. Ground and pound now from the champion. Oh, he's pretty much out here. A few more clean shots and Van's got him. Come on. Blood on the face of Taira as well is bad. He's about to go out here on the feet. Takedown from Van now. Thought he'd get one of those back, I think. Taira's nose is absolutely bleeding like metal. Really like a choke now for Van. It's more on the neck though. Or it's across the face, but Taira's got his head to the side. Goes for it again. Doesn't get it again. He's just gonna punch now. Van nearly on the finish here. Can he get this rear naked choke? It looks under the chin now. That was nearly a tap, but he got out of it. I swear he's literally in the middle of tapping there, but back to the feet, which is even worse for Taira. 52-6 on significant strikes in round 3 alone. Taira's getting cooked right now. Nice job from Van. His nose must be broke or something. What a right hand from Van. Taira, man, do not be walking backwards in a straight line with your hands down. Flip me. Goes to takedown, doesn't get it, gets tagged with 2 hooks instead. His face is red. It's filled with blood. Misses a counter hook. Taira does. Goes to takedown again, doesn't get it. Oh, what an uppercut, Van. Jab again from Van. 4 for 4 on takedown defense this round, Van is. Taira's just going to start trading with him. He's probably going to get knocked out, but oh well, at least he'll go down trying. Double leg entry for Taira here. This is huge because this is as close as it's got this round. Can he get it here? I think he's going to. No, he doesn't. Can he get the trip even? Going for the trip here. And he gets it. He gets Van down. There he goes. Some ground and pound now from Taira, but up gets Van. I'll look for that trip again, surely. Yep, what a trip from Taira to take Van off the cage as well. And he's got to hold on here for 20 seconds so he doesn't get um, knocked out. Maybe not. He's going to let Van up. Right hand now from Taira. Left hook from Taira now. He's walking forward now. It's crazy. Nice job from both fighters to end the round. Taira is covered in blood, man. He's getting hit with some nasty stuff in that round, like. 10-9 Van again. 2-1 to the champ. Taira's still able to get those trips against the cage, though. But that striking of Van is completely ridiculous compared to Taira's. Crazy work. The blood from the nose of Taira is not going to stop anytime soon, I don't think so. Rough time for him, but back to it we go. Championship rounds, round 4. About to get underway here. Let's go. Bit of a delay here. Come on. Alright, here we go. Round 4 underway. Van is up 2-1 in my opinion. He's been absolutely punching the head off Taira, but Taira's still able to get the takedown the last round. Not able to hold Van down though, which is what he needs to get stuff off. There's a nice leg kick in the leg of Van. Hard on that one. Nice uppercut now from Taira, who gets a burst of energy all of a sudden. He's going to get tagged on the feet though, surely. Goes in for that double leg. That was a bit smart from him, for the prefer. There we go. One leg kick maybe changes it all. What a trip from Taira again off the cage. He's been doing that all fight. Landed 8 takedowns in this. Keep Van down this time though and be able to do some damage. Come on, what a fight this is in the moment. Taira back on top though. Back on mount as well, which is crazy. Van's about to get back up. Never mind, Taira Puts him back down for the moment. Taira's got to keep him down for as long as possible. Try and recover from that onslaught in the last round, but also to do some damage. If he can find a way, he hasn't been able to do any damage to the van on the ground yet, so see if he can do that. Shoulder shots now from Taira. That's one way to do it while keeping yourself on top, to be fair. What a fight, though. This is very good for Taira, though. This might be the longest he's held Van down. I don't know what he's working towards here, though, because he can't really get ground and pound off because Van starts moving. Van's going to give up his back here. Is he? No, he's back to his back. I thought he's going to roll over to his stomach there. I would have probably ended bad for him. That's how Moreno ended up just getting punched through the floor. Good work from Van, though, in this position to not let himself get ground and pounded and stuff like that there. But Taira's on top. Finally made his way back in this round. Anyways, got his grappling off. The best it's been yet, maybe. Nice elbow there from Taira. Trying to keep busy. Van's very good at moving on the ground. He's going to get up here, is he? Taira nearly takes. Taira's got a triangle choke here. That was an unbelievable transition from Taira. I think Van's going to slide out if he does. And he gets his arm free, and Van's back to his feet. Taira's on the ground still. Taira gets back up. Needs to remember that leg kick he landed at the start of the round, though, and they're trading jabs now. And this is where Taira loses in the boxing side of things. Misses that leg kick. Nice jab from both fighters. Nice right hand from Van. Stings Taira on again. Taira's just taking the punches and tapping his head, which is crazy. Nice jab from Taira. He needs to land a right hand of his own or something. Boxing from Van again. Taira needs to try and get him down again if he wants to secure this round. I don't think he's got it in the fight unless he gets that leg to go. Nice leg kick again from Taira. Taira's tired here. Jab from Van in this part of the round. Nice uppercut there as well. Double-legged time from Taira. Good sprawl there from Van. Taira's still in on a single leg though. If he can get the trip and hold Van down again, maybe land an elbow or something, he could get this round. I don't know. Van's tagging him on the feet like and with damage to be a scoring, so what can Taira really do in this clinch with 20 seconds left? Do you know what I mean? Joshua Van breaks the clinch. Taira land on, I think, 10 seconds. 5. Right, no, let's see end round 4. Van get that, like, I don't even know. Taira held him down for like 3 minutes, but then off pick. We're sitting on the fence here, but it is either 2-2 or 3-1 to Van. So this could be up for grabs here in the last round. Let's see. Can Taira steal it against all odds after taking a lot of punches? A lot of punches in this one. Let's go. He's got to go back to that leg kick. Round 5 underway. Nice job from Taira. Started off. Nice 1-2 left hook from Taira. Nice. Oh, Missed that leg kick a bit. Alright. Oh, nice. Do not go southpaw, man. Nice straight right from Van. Nice job from Van as well. Taira has to get him down again. Leg kick misses again for Taira. Nice right hand again from Van. Job from Taira that time. Taira gets... he slips out of it. Jab again from Van. Jab cannot... Or Van cannot miss at all. Like, the right hand for Taira, though. Double leg entry from Taira. That was a really good sprawl, though, from Van. He's got him up against Cleat here to see what he can do. Some people have a 2-2. Some people have a 3-1. We'll see. Close. Van gets off the clinch, though. Nice job. Van as well. Taira's going for that takedown, which is not shocking. Good work from Van again with the boxing. Good work from Taira. Now body shots from Van. Knee from Taira. Oh, Taira nearly got that takedown. Boxing again from Van. Doesn't get much cleaner than this. Huge right hand from Van. Taira's hurt here. He's walking away. What's the referee? Yeah, that's a terrible stoppage for a title fight. Not gonna lie. Now he took a lot of damage in the fight, but for a title fight, that's a ridiculous stoppage, like, to be honest. I mean, like, Taira was hurt worse in the second round of that fight. He could have stopped it there, but he doesn't, and then he stops it there. It's just strange. Like, Taira's got his hand, or head in his hands at the moment. But commiserations to Taira and shout out to Van. What a performance. Weird stoppage, though, by the referee, like. Like, I know he's hurt, and a huge right hand was it lands for Van. The jab sort of wobbled him a bit. Miles. See here, jab, uppercut to the body, left hook to the body, right hand over the top. Harris sort of bends over and he's moving away. He goes down, but it wasn't heavy or anything. He went down to a knee and the referee stopped it. I mean, we're talking a title fight here in the 5th round and a fight that's 2-2, like, realistically. That's a horrific stoppage, like, I'm not gonna lie. Up, we move. I think Van was gonna knock him out anyways, like, so it doesn't really matter. It's a weird stoppage. What a performance from Taira as well, man, to come back from that second round. That's crazy. You gotta respect that, or a third round even. I don't remember where the rounds were going. We're building up here. We're nearly at 400 views on this thing. That's crazy. Let me know if you haven't already. The poll in the chat. Let's see what it's at here. 90% for Chimaev to win. Yeah, the chances as this thing has gone on for Strickland to win, it's just gone down and down and down. No one's giving him a shot here, but then again, worldwide, Hamzat's probably the fan favourite, so I did pick him to win, by the way, so it was a good fight. Good co-main event. The main event's up next. Let's go. Taira's hiding his face. Pops. Van doesn't even have a mark on his face really. Like great performance from Joshua Van, and cause the hands don't get any cleaner realistically, in the UFC and especially in the flyweight division. A weird stoppage though for a title fight. Come on, let me hear what he has to say. I mean, it was crazy way to end it. That referee, man. Oh, oh well. Gonna stop it anyways. Brilliant. I mean, this is what I love right here. The boxing element, the body work, the jab, uppercut to the body, hook to the body, uppercut, hook, right hand over the top. What a shot. Weird stoppage though. Like that referee would have stopped Chandler against Oliveira one before Chandler even hit the ground, to be honest. What a stoppage. I love it. A title defense as well for Van. Only makes it better and proves that it wasn't a fluke. You know, he just beat the number one contender, and although he hasn't beat Pantoja yet in a rematch, sort of cements his name there. Really is, but I didn't actually hear what he said, but Pantoja looked confused in the crowd. I'll see what to say in a minute. Volkov wants the title next. Come on. See the family there. Van as well. Great win for him. He moves on, probably to take on Pantoja next. I actually want to hear what he said though. After we see a couple of people here, Imavov, Khalid Roundtree Jr. in the crowd. Who else? Haha, Alex Pereira. Come on, says Shama for the one time. There's the coach as well. I actually know his name, but I feel like I'll mess it up if I say it. The coach of Alex Pereira, who actually made it to the White House as well, because he sort of translates for him. That was cool to see, and they're showing off this Freedom 250 belt here. Hot take. They should do this more with these belts. I know people don't like it in boxing, but I'm not talking about creating a new belt for like I don't know, like the BMF title and stuff like that. There, I'm just talking about overall with belt designs. I think that one looks alright, but I remember Yair Rodriguez's one as well. That was very nice. So I think they should do that more for a champion, or maybe the champion should just go here, maybe paint my belt. How about that? Like lock in. But here we go, main event coming up. I it's 4:53 in the morning. Oh, nice. I actually thought I was gonna say 4 in the morning. Nice, 5 in the morning already. Come on, why not? I love it. Be on already. Just before the main event starts, let me know who you have in the poll in the chat. I picked Chimaev early decision would be crazy. Early submission. But do you think Sean Strickland can come through that and maybe put on the pressure and put on the stoppage later in the fight, or get the decision win it later in the fight? You see Hamzat warming up here backstage. Let's go. And if you're watching the fights along with the watch parties, I know what you thought of that stoppage there in the van fight. I proposed earlier on after his win, and I think she said yes. So congratulations to them too. I'm not gonna lie, my throat was fried even before this. I've been like maxing out everything I can to get my throat better over the last 2 days, man. And I feel like it's getting weaker at the very end. And I mean, I went live at 10 o'clock for Wardley. Or it wasn't 10, it was 11 for Wardley and Dubois. Talked for an hour there, and now I've been live for, I mean, let's just check it out real quick. I've been live for near 3 hours on this as well, so maybe it's about time that my throat starts to get a bit weaker, but we're still going. We're going to make it. You can see the daylight outside. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, whenever the UFC's on in the winter time, at least whenever I go to bed, it's darkness, but at this, in the summertime, whenever I go to bed, it's just light outside. It's crazy, but we're playing a trailer here. Doesn't look like we're going to get a Connor fight announced. Rumored for the night. Maybe Ariel will be proved wrong. He said in the next 24 hours, and this is about 24 hours. Thoughts on the Taira stoppage? Let's see what people think. Early stoppage. Valid. Early. Early. Then again, he did get saved. Like, I don't know. It was early, but I think he was going to get stopped probably worse. So it's like he got saved, but then it was early and it's a title fight. Who knows? Last chance to get those votes in on that poll. We're seeing a wee trailer right now for the main event. And they used to train together. Before, if I was Taira, I'd be very annoyed with that stoppage as well. So that's probably valid. You're just in here. Let me know who you have in the poll in the chat. It's heavy for Chimaev right now. Heavy for Chimaev. It'll take a miracle for Strickland to pull this one back. But yeah, how do you think he's going to get it done? You can let me know in the chat. I have him by early submission. I have Chimaev by early submission. But it could get interesting the further the fight goes on. I think that, towards later rounds after this weight cut, if it's really been as rough as it seems, the Chimaev might start struggling. Maybe Strickland can start to take over a bit, but see. Come on. I think that just went up again for Chimaev. I think two people voted for Strickland at the start, and I think they've been the only two throughout this whole poll. It's been running for like 2.5 hours. Chimaev. This is the thing. I think Chimaev stand on the feet with Strickland and compete better than Strickland can compete with his grappling, probably. So I think that Chimaev has the advantage overall here. But maybe Sean Strickland's cardio will carry him through. I don't know. I always thought, like, in the Gilbert Burns fight and the Usman fight, I thought Chimaev tired out a bit. But then again, the last fight, like, just perfect. Held DDP down for like 22 minutes or something. It wasn't never really gassed in that fight. But then again, he didn't throw proper hard punches in that fight, proper hard ground and pound, or really attack a submission victory. So look, we'll see. But neither of these fighters are going to go out easy. I said it in my prediction video. If Sean Strickland's getting choked out or something, he's probably, he's probably going out cold. Chimaev's going out in his shield. He's going out in his shield. He's going to, he can't throw anymore. This is going to be one of the most competitive and belt up title fights that we've seen in a while. But I can see the red, white, and blue going off, and I think that is for one man only. Challenger Sean Strickland. Let's see it. Come on. Come on. Big build up. Big fight. Let's see. I swear. Don't even like if Chimaev gets 25 minutes of control time in this fight on the ground, I'm gonna lose my mind. But he could do anything else. As long as someone gets a finish or this is a really good fight and it's decision, then I don't care. If it's a hold down 25 minutes, I'll probably end up losing my mind. But and it's not because I'm some sort of Strickland fan. It's because I'm up at 5 in the morning for this. I want to see some finishes. I want to see some more like that last fight. Come on. But here comes Sean Strickland, number 3 ranked contender. My throat. Come on. All right, here comes Strickland, making his way, making his walk to the octagon right now. Champion Hamza Chimaev will follow very soon. Come on. Vote in the poll if you haven't already. If you're just in here, make sure to subscribe. Be much appreciated. Not gonna lie. I haven't really said it much this stream, but I would very much appreciate it. Sean Strickland, obviously the former UFC middleweight champion, tagging most significant strikes in UFC history at 2,307 and 12 wins by knockout. And by the way, I'm pretty sure Max Holloway's first on that significant strike thing. And he is so far ahead. Like, it's not even funny how far ahead he is. So, and now Strickland puts on the greatest striking performance of all time here and lands about 1,100 significant strikes. Then I think he's getting this. He's getting that record. I don't think they're going to announce Connor tonight. Unless Dan announces it at the post fight presser. What is that? It's been a pretty good night of fights, though. Be a good fight night recap video after this. To be honest, I have a lot to recap. When it comes to this card, probably just the co-main. Alright, I think you might have put Strickland then on that poll. It's starting to actually sway again. Chimaev's been dominated it though, so he has. But go. Your fighter's just entered the cage. Chimaev's walking out right now. Yeah, let's go. A nice little shot of the cameraman's footstool here. We're going the rest of the arena. 440 is crazy, man. Appreciate it so much. Shout out, let's come in here. Even if it was just for 2 seconds to sadly find out that I was not showing the fight. It helps, do you know what I mean? Strickland warming up. Here comes Chimaev. 24 votes. What are we saying? Another one for Chimaev. Fight is literally so close, man. Come on. Here comes the champion. Custom shorts. One of two undefeated champions at the moment, Elliot Taporia being the other one. Had a few close fights with the likes of Usman and Burns, but when it comes to the how many left, the Hamza Chimaev's walking out right now. So the main event's starting, running out, trying to get into the octagon as quick as possible. Main event is about to get underway. Oh, make sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already. Hamza Chimaev, UFC middleweight champion, undefeated, 15-0, tied longest active win streak in the UFC middleweight division of 5, and the highest top position percentage in UFC middleweight history at 74.2. Yeah, we already know where that stat come from. It's probably just that one DDP fight. Let's be honest here. Held him down for actually so long. I never even witnessed humiliation like that. I don't want to be disrespectful to DDP, but he actually just got held there. It happened to me as well. Like, but you know, I mean, I suppose he was good enough to not get submitted or anything. That's also the thing with Charles and Max in that fight. Like, because you get tucked down and held down for so long, but at the same time, didn't get submitted with a really good submission artist. So Chimaev getting checked over by the referee. And he literally just keeps trying to walk into the octagon. Let's go. A lot of security in here. Come on. They're literally not even letting Chimaev do like a lap or move past this part of the cage. There's security in there. There's police in there. Going off right now. Come on. Chimaev's got those custom shorts as well. I think there's wolves on them. Strickland. Come on. What a fight we have here. Oh, I sense a double leg takedown in the first 3 seconds of this fight. Let me know if you agree in the chat. But me, I sense the bell going and it immediately Hamzat shoots the double leg. Or maybe he comes out there's some hands for once. Maybe he just wants to get his hands on Strickland. We'll see. What is it? The man dance, the Strickland calls it. He's gonna need it. He's gonna need that happen a lot in this fight. Come on, we're waiting for this introduction here. Bruce Buffer is gonna be surrounded by 50 people, but the tail of the tape here. 35 for Strickland, 32 for Chimaev. Chimaev's got the 1 inch height advantage, 6'2". Strickland's got the 1 inch reach advantage, 76 inches of reach. Strickland is the underdog. Chimaev is the heavy favourite in this one. You could also tell that by the poll currently running. Do not dare bump into Bruce Buffer. How about that? He's the real danger man, honestly. Like they're trying to separate Chimaev and Strickland, but they do not know that one elevator story and that Bruce Buffer is really the one you do not want kicking off. Holy waffle, it's 5 in the morning, alright. Herb Dean's the referee for this one. Try not to get knocked out cold. He probably won't be there for a minute or two. John Strickland, come on. Hamza Chimaev, let's go. I don't really have like a bias in this one. I will very quickly have a bias though if I see 25 minutes of control time, to be honest. Come on. You ain't got the lights off yet, man. Hamza Chimaev, the champion. Sean Strickland, the challenger. We know this already. One of the most back and forth bad blood fights that we've seen in the past decade in the UFC. That's all about to go down in just a minute. I do not know what's taking so long here with this introduction stuff, but we know we move. Bruce Buffer's giving it his all. That's what it is. Come on, here we go. I've never seen this angle before. Alright. Don't even know if they're meant to cut to that. But I'm Strickland. Chimaev, come on. I just want a good fight out of this. Sean Strickland, 30 wins, 7 losses, 6'1", 185 pounds. He's the underdog. And he's number 3 ranked in the middleweight division. Coming off a really good stoppage win over Fluffy Hernandez. Can he implement that same takedown defense and the same striking this fight tonight to regain, by the way, to regain the middleweight title? And if he wins the title off Israel Adesanya and Hamzat Chimaev, those middleweight conversations are going to get interesting. Challenger. It is like if Floyd Mayweather was to fight Khabib this here. Billy Shell against grappling. Chimaev's trying to walk forward, calling Strickland forward. Hamzat Chimaev 15-0, 6'2", 185 pounds. Allegedly, he is the heavy favourite in this one. And of course, he's the champion of the middleweights. Looking to move up the light heavyweight though after this one. We'll see how that goes for him. He's smiling. He's ready to go. That's one of the funniest celebrations I've ever seen in my life. Alright, never mind. He's screaming. It's supposed to be intimidating, but it's funny to me because he's doing all this stuff just locked into the distance, starting Strickland. But obviously we can't see that, so it just looks like he's lost his head a bit. They actually touched gloves. That was at like an 8%. That's crazy. That was a very low odd from happening. They actually touched gloves before the fight, and they done it twice. Nobody thought that was happening. Chimaev's ready to go. You have to start at the other side of the octagon, bro. Move back. That was a very that was very low percent chance of happening. I didn't think it was gonna happen. Here's this guy still in the cage, bro. You have to get out of here. What are you doing? Trying to hit Chimaev with a 2-on-1. We're smiling and oh. Round 1 underway. What happens first? Leg kick miss from Chimaev. Come on, what a fight. Body kick blocked by Strickland. Chimaev's keeping it active, feinting, shoots the double leg, and on the takedown, gets the takedown. Gets the legs flattened out of Strickland. Strickland's trying to work his way back up at the moment. Chimaev is just all over him though. It takes him down in 20 seconds. Like Strickland's gonna try and build back up here. Chimaev's got his legs though. Maybe he's one of them. Chimaev's trying to take the back here. Drag Strickland back down. Strickland's just trying to build. Chimaev's got a hook in. Move that trip again. Strickland just keeps working. This is what he needs to do. He can't rest. DDP settled a bit too much, but then DDP was more in the center of the octagon, so it's interesting. Strickland trying to build back up though. Not stopping, but neither is Chimaev, who gets both hooks in. And he's got the back of Strickland. This is where it gets interesting. Please don't. Round 1 submission would go crazy, like, but I suppose my pick would be right then, wouldn't it? Strickland trying to work his way back out. Gets out of that position anyways, which is good. I have one arm around the chin already. Strickland breaks it off. Wonder is he going to stand here? One leg's tied up actually. Got Chimaev sort of off his back though, which is good for him. I'd love to see Chimaev shit. Is that photo of Chimaev with a beard shaved real? Because if not, I think we should do that again for the next fight, honestly. Strickland's going to try and dump him over on his back here. That did not go well at all. Chimaev rolls over. He's got Strickland flattened, sort of, with the hooks in. Strickland's got to work his way back out of this one. This is what we expect. But if Strickland can survive, how long can Chimaev keep it up for is the question. You know what I mean? And that's where it gets interesting for Sean Strickland to potentially come in and take over. Chimaev's trying some crazy stuff right now. high level grappling, like you have to admit it no matter what. Even if you don't find it entertaining or stuff. This, by the way, I'm not saying I don't because he's actually trying a submission here, but you gotta admit this is high level stuff no matter what. He's not DDP fight like. Strickland, do not move towards the centre of the octagon anyways, mate. That's not the way to go. Oh, he builds out. Oh, Chimaev's got him in mount. You gotta move from that position, bro. Do not go to mount. Chimaev's got him in the centre of the octagon now. That's even worse for him. Locking up the body triangle again. The hooks. Needed the body from Chimaev now. Strickland on a knee. Can he get back up? He's gonna get tucked around again immediately, like, but that's not the point. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Chimaev's still dragging him about. Trying to get submission. Strickland's trying to get him off his back, and he just sticks there, like, oh, Strickland, do not get flattened out, man. Chimaev's in mount at the moment now. Trying to land some ground and pound. He's high up, though. Strickland maybe get him off there. He does. And straight back on his back, like. 500 is crazy, man. Chimaev just lifted him up and slammed him, which is crazy. Chimaev going for the choke again. Sort of in the sitting on Strickland's back at the moment, up against Cage. Chimaev's actually caught on his nose, though. Four-minutes ground control time already for Chimaev in this first round. Well, if Strickland can survive, it's good for him. Chimaev going for that rear naked choke at the moment. He's got it in. Got the choke. Not under the chin, though, I don't think. Not that it needs to be for Chimaev to prefer. Nope. Strickland gets out of it. Chimaev switches it around, though, to the other hand. Strickland, man, where's the defense on this? 5 seconds left in the round. 4 seconds. Sean Strickland's going to survive. 10-8 Chimaev. Or 10-9 Chimaev. I'm not giving that 10-8. We're doing damage to be a score, and he held him down, but he didn't do enough damage, in my opinion, to get a 10-8. But then it could be a 10-8. I don't really know. I don't think God is. What's the approach now if you're Sean Strickland? Like, you gotta just hope that if he does that the next round and you survive it, then Chimaev can maybe fade, but he just held Sean Strickland down for 4 minutes and didn't. I mean, he didn't get submission, but he threatened it and got very close in the end. Suppose you can still vote in the poll if you want. Why not? Run through the fight. That's 10-9, or I mean, I don't think he did enough damage for 10-8, so I give it 10-9 Chimaev. Chimaev's actually caught in his nose, which is funny. I don't know how that happened. Must have done it to himself. I'm not even joking. Here we go. Round 2 underway. A second here. Go, round 2 underway. How long till he shoots the takedown again? Give it 10 seconds. There's a 1-2 from Strickland now. Strickland trying to get to work with his jab. You already know Chimaev's about to hit with a level change of the century, like, but oh well. Enjoy it while you can. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And 9 Chimaev. Most people agreeing. Trying to kick the leg of Strickland. Standing on the feet for longer here, which is shocking. Misses his right hand. Strickland counters. 1-2 from Strickland. Chimaev trying to stand with him here. Come on. Sean Strickland with that jab and that looping shot. Some swelling on the cheek of Chimaev. This is not even a joke. It's 1-2 again from Strickland. Chimaev's just joking until he shoots again, though, isn't he? Like, realistically. Feels like it. 2 again from Strickland. Strickland just threw out down the pipe. He's throwing the looping. Or maybe an uppercut, that would happen. Give Hamza something to think about when he's ducking for that takedowns. A really clean 1-2 from Strickland. Chimaev's legs wobbled. Surely he's locked to that. Chimaev's legs just wobbled off that, surely. Do not let that takedown go in. Oh my. Strickland here ends up on top. Strickland's on top here. Elbow Strickland. Elbow. Elbow. Strickland's in full guard. How has this happened then? How long till he gets reversed? I don't know, like, but he's there for now. Even Chimaev smiling. Are we oh me. Are we gonna get the 2-3 years Dagestan version of Sean Strickland here? Chimaev's gonna do good here, isn't he? Like, to get back. To either get on Strickland's back or to get back up if he wants to. There's some nice work from Strickland. Chimaev building. Strickland should just stand if he can, because Chimaev's gonna pull off some slick thing here that gets him to his back or something, probably. Strickland stand, man. Glove grab him from Chimaev. Strickland stands. Smart. Nice job from Strickland already. Uppercut, right hand, Strickland. The man dance. Chimaev in on a double leg sprawl from Strickland. Chimaev just rolled over on the ground. Chimaev's hurt here. Strickland, don't do anything stupid, man. Stand. What happened to the man dance? Like, you're doing the ground dance at the moment. Come on. Chimaev just rolled over off his field takedown. I don't know if he's looking Strickland to come down, because he sort of achieved that, but Chimaev's damaged here. And he slowed heavily in his second round already. Round and pound for Strickland. Don't tell me this guy has a black belt in jiu-jitsu or something, because he's throwing up triangles at the moment. Strickland's out of it. No reverse card here. Sean Strickland holds him down for the rest of the round. I don't think he's going to. Chimaev's pulling off some slick thing again. Strickland for side control. I wonder what the odds were on Strickland for over a minute of top control. 18-5 on significant strikes for Strickland in the second round. This is crazy. Chimaev might be gassed a bit. Strickland in half guard. Holding Chimaev down. This is insane. I would not have predicted this. Like, I know I said he could get up and all, but I didn't say that he was going to hold Chimaev down for over a minute. Like, and 2 nearly now. Yeah. 4 minutes control time for Chimaev in the first. 0 for Strickland. 0 seconds even for Strickland in the first. In the second round. 2 minutes 33 seconds for Strickland control time. 0 seconds for Hamza control time in the round 2 here. And Strickland's going to lay on top of him to end the round. And he done damage on the feet as well. Chimaev's cut and bruised everywhere. They're talking to each other. But there we go. 1 each. Don't know if Chimaev was sort of having a laugh there, but didn't go well for him. See if he's breathing heavy here. One even going into round 3. Chimaev's on a knee. Does he know? What's he doing? Oh, he dropped his gum shield. I was like wondering what was happening there. I thought he was like folding in the corner. This is crazy work though. Cut on the nose, bruising on the forehead, swelling beside the left eye. How did that? Alright, that's crazy work. Bruising on the whole left side or the whole right side of his face as well. Head coach Armin Sarukian. Where's he come from then? I know he's been in the team. I didn't know he's the head coach. Round timer. What a sprawl from Strickland in that last round. Might have just rolled over as well. He didn't even get back up. Round 3 underway. Chimaev's got to shoot immediately here, you think? Jab from Strickland, lands clean. Right hand from Chimaev that time, though. Hook misses for Chimaev. Nice counter from Strickland. Nice job from Strickland as well. Nice right hand from Strickland. Jab from Strickland. Chimaev walking forward now with his striking. Double jab from Strickland, though. Nice right hand, left hook from Strickland. What is this? Chimaev's striking with him. It's not bad, to be fair. You just gotta think he's shooting the takedown at some point here. Body kick from Chimaev. Strickland blocked that, though. Gotta think punches to the body for Strickland. Be good here. Chimaev's boxing with him. It's like crazy, like reverse of roles here. Like Strickland with the ground control in the last round, Chimaev with the boxing in this round. Look from Strickland there and jab again. He commit to that counter, Sean. That was open, man. Chimaev sort of missed a lazy right hand and he was kind of open there, but Strickland doesn't really have much hip rotation at points, and that was one of them. But nice right hand there again for Strickland. Right hook for Strickland now. Gotta think that uppercut. Surely Chimaev shoots against cage or something. 3 minutes with no takedown time might be a record for Chimaev. Jab from Strickland. 600. Right hand counter from Strickland, actually. Jab again for Strickland. Chimaev's talking. Nice jab from Strickland again. Nice uppercut right hook, Strickland. Jab. Oh, this is insane. Strickland's the favourite. He was a heavy underdog at the start of this. Jab from Strickland again. Little something he likes to call the man dance here. Come on. Jab again from Strickland. To be fair, this is better than the DDP fight anyways. Strickland with a jab this round is precise. Right hook's really good as well in this fight. Double jab that time for Strickland. Chimaev misses. The thing I like to see more Strickland with a counter whenever Chimaev misses because he's usually open. He's very tired. Oh, good shot for Chimaev though. Going to the body now, Chimaev. No tapes from Sean Strickland in this fight, which is not surprising. Blood from the nose of Strickland. Good uppercut right hook from Strickland again though. And the back onto the jab. Right hand for Chimaev. Jab for Strickland. No way Chimaev goes a whole round without shooting a takedown. He's smiling. Tape from Chimaev now. Work again from Strickland. I'd love to see the strikes in this round actually because it's close. I think Strickland's more accurate than him though. Both miss hooks there. Jab from Strickland again. Here he goes. Yeah, Sean Strickland 44-31 on significant strikes in this round. And he beat him in the last round as well. And again, with 4 minutes control time in the first round, Chimaev gets 6 significant strikes. Right hand from Strickland now. Jab from Strickland again. This is insane. Right hand knocked Strickland off balance, but it hit him on the arm. But like it wasn't some shoulder thing and maybe, but it was an arm shot. Front kick to the body now from Strickland and a jab. You gotta think that front kick would drain Chimaev even more. He's just done a whole round without shooting a takedown for probably the first time in his career. But I still think Strickland wins that. Who won Strickland? This is crazy work. This is crazy. Maybe a bit of blood from Strickland, but Chimaev's face is battered, so. And the thing is, like, the Philly shell isn't an offensive position even in boxing. So Chimaev just walking him down the whole time is perfect for the style of Sean Strickland, to be honest. He just knows the shots are coming and he just counters quickly, sharply with his jab. Good work from Strickland here. But Chimaev didn't shoot a whole round, which is crazy. 2-1 Strickland. 2-1 Strickland. Strickland smiles at him. He's breathing heavier as well now. Hamzat's laughing. Violent talking, even though he's screaming now. Touch gloves again, round 4 underway. Let's go. Strickland going with the tapes again now. Both players trading jabs that time. Come on. Nice front kick to the body from Strickland there. Sneaky shot, but it got through nice. And clean to prefer as well. Jab from Strickland now. Chimaev misses his right hand, misses his jab. Nice counter, Strickland. Chimaev misses the kick to the body. All about spirit from Kamaru Usman. Chimaev caught a second win. Chimaev throwing a lot of punches here. Some people give it that round to Chimaev. He got outdone in significant strikes, so I give it to Strickland. Huge right hand for Chimaev though, and Strickland's all good though. Chimaev's walking him down. So his problem is for Sean Strickland, he's not really the biggest one punch hitter, so nice right hook from him though. Nice job from Strickland. Good work from Chimaev though on the front foot pressure. This is there. Nice job from Strickland again. Or Strickland had good footwork. Insane. Right, Chimaev's chance to win just went up insanely again. Throwing a lot of leg kicks, Chimaev. Job there from Strickland again. Uppercut from Strickland. Right hand. Chimaev outworking him in this round though. And throw that right hook or that uppercut, mate. Chimaev clearly doesn't understand point fighting, by the way. What? You hit me clean 45 times and I walked through it, but you only hit him clean 30 times, mate, so he wins the round. Double jab from Strickland there. It was a nice overhand from Chimaev before it. Chimaev's face is bloodied up as well, to be fair. Can't really see it 'cause Sean Strickland uses the Philly shell and Chimaev walks down with his hands up and his head tucked. Like you're supposed to. Overhand for Chimaev again. Strickland just keeps his jab going though. Strickland's still the underdog now. Nice left hook from Chimaev there. Both fighters trading jabs again. Hook for Strickland. Jab for Strickland. And straight there. Leg kicks from Chimaev again. He's fighting way better in this round. Jab from Strickland again. And again. Right hand now. This is a good stand up fight right here. Probably the sentence I wouldn't have thought I was saying in a Hamzat Chimaev fight, but he hasn't shot a takedown in 2 rounds, so. Okay. Crazy work. Nice uppercut for Sean Strickland there. Nice jab again. I also think damage on Hamzat's face is going to be crazy when we get a clean look at it because he's actually been jabbed about 50 times clean to the head. Chimaev finally shoots again, gets the double leg. 50 seconds out to go in this round. What will he do? He gets the takedown. Hamzat going for the back here. Strickland's arms are going to be tired, man. He's just jabbed at Chimaev in the head about 50 times. Holding the cage, why not, honestly? Let him do it. I'm convinced Chimaev could probably rip you off holding the cage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Chimaev going to the back here. Five seconds though. Strickland. Guys, again, they actually touch gloves at the end of that round. This is up to the last round, in my opinion, because I think in my opinion, it's 2 each. Some people probably have a 3-1 Hamzat. Round 3 was really close, but I have a 2 each. Strickland outdone him on significant strikes in the round 3, so I give it to him. Hamzat gets his grappling back though at the end of that round, which is interesting. See how that affects round 5. Come on. What a fight this is. Here we go, the 5th and final round underway. Can Sean Strickland pull off the miracle upset? Or is Hamza Chimaev going to get it done once again? Round 5. Let's go. The bruising to the face. Chimaev's crazy. I think he's talking about 100 jabs to the forehead to be fair. They touch gloves and they go again. Jab from both fighters. Immediate takedown from Chimaev. Gets it on Strickland, who's going to need to do everything he can to stop this in this round because even if he loses this round, or if he loses this round, he doesn't get it from me. There's no way he's up 3-1, so. Or maybe he could have won the last round. But I don't think he did. Definitely not actually with the takedown at the end. It was close until that point. Underhook here for Strickland. Can he work with it? 4 minutes, Strickland, bro. You gotta get off this. Shooting again. Good underhook again for Strickland. Trip. Strickland with a reversal. Alright, didn't work out as well as he thought it would have, but it was a good trip at the start. And there we go. Hams up with a trip now. Chimaev's kneeing him in the ass, like. The best way to put it, Chimaev's just throwing knees to the ass, like. We gotta break this clinch. Come on, we're right there. There we go. Clinch broke. 4 minutes. Best believe he's shooting again, like, but for the meantime. Strickland, man, where's that right hand? Come on, now. There we go. And again, right hook. That was working well. There we go. Double jab from Strickland. Jab from Strickland again. Right hand from Strickland that time. Good shot there from Strickland. That was a nice job. Come on, jab again. Low kick for Chimaev. Right hand, left hook for Strickland now. Come on, double jab Strickland. Oh, left hook, right hand, Sean Strickland. Part of me gets excited because it's like, is he going to pull this off? And then part of me is like, he's probably going to get tucked down again. But for now, good right hand again for Sean Strickland. Nice job. Double jab again for uppercut for Strickland now. Second most significant strikes, plus 100 significant strikes performances in UFC history is Sean Strickland with 11. Max Holloway's at 17 to be fair. Jab again from Strickland. This keeps going like this for 2 minutes. Sean Strickland wins the world title in my opinion. Double jab again from Strickland. Chimaev misses that overhand. Ooh, float like a butterfly, Sean, come on. Jab from Strickland again. And again. Front kick to the body now from Strickland. That goes crazy. With a minute left in this fight where he needs to win the minute. Let's maybe not do that to be fair. Jab again from Strickland. Chimaev shoots. Sean cannot go down here. Or stay down. Get control, I mean. If he stays on his knee, he could still win this round. But you gotta hold the cage. You gotta do anything you can. Don't lose a point doing it, like. Chimaev trying to trip him, trying to do anything he can to get Strickland down. Strickland back to his feet. Gets an underhook. Chimaev's trying to trip him. Doesn't get it. Uppercut from Chimaev. They separate the clinch. 40 seconds out to go. Chimaev's face is busted. And he's down by double the significant strikes in this round. Oh, overhand from Chimaev. Left hook from Strickland. 20 seconds. No way he pulls this off. Jab from Strickland now misses the right hook behind it. Double jab again from Strickland. Gets out of the way of the overhand from Chimaev. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. They both miss again. Right hand from Strickland. Overhand miss for Chimaev. He's done it. Surely. I have that Sean Strickland 3-2. Chimaev goes down. Or he doesn't go down, but he's sort of just bent over, if you know what I mean. 3-2 Strickland. Surely. No way he does it. No way he does this. Unbelievable. Grade 2 Strickland, in my opinion. Is he gonna get it though? Because Chimaev usually gets these close decision fights. But I think that this one is deserving for Sean Strickland, who, just let me check, is at an 80. He's not even. He's at a 13% chance to win in the polling chat. You can let me know actually who you think got it as well in that poll. We can just add votes. But this decision could get very, very, very interesting here. I have this one for Strickland. Chimaev, 1 round 1, Strickland 1 round 2. I think he edged round 3. Chimaev round 4. Strickland definitely round 5. But then again, like, it was like 53-39 on significant strikes for Strickland in round 3. And Chimaev didn't shoot that whole round, so he should win that. You know what I mean? Strickland jabbed the head off him. Like, his hand's going to be sore in the morning from all that. Wow, 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 wow. Come on, give us a decision here. And by that, I mean, let me hear it. Let's go. Is this it? Alright, so 133 significant strikes to the 98 of Hamzat in favour of Strickland. Hamzat was walking forward most of the time. But to be fair, Sean Strickland got 3 minutes of ground control, which is something you don't usually see. Come on, like, let's hear the decision. They're taking their sweet time with this one, like. Chimaev's face is gonna be swollen in the morning. Let's hear the decision. Oh my god, Sean Strickland defeats Hamzat Chimaev. Split decision. Wow. Exactly what my second outcome in the prediction video was happened. Oh my, he beat him. He beat him. Unbelievable. I need to hear this decision or this post fight speech. He just beat Hamzat Chimaev. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my. He beat him. He actually beat him. That's insane. That is unbelievable. It happened. If you look at my prediction video, I took Hamzat via submission early to be fair. But I knew he would gas after that weight cut, and I said the other outcome was him gassing and Strickland taking over late. It's the title, it's the thumbnail of the flipping video, and that's the way it went. He just beat Hamzat Chimaev. Oh my. Unbelievable. Sean Strickland is a two-time middleweight champion of the world. And listen to this. He just beat Hamzat Chimaev for that one. He beat Israel Adesanya for the first one. Oh my. Oh my. This is insane. This is unbelievable. He actually did it. How did McGregor said, never a doubt an underdog Sean Strickland. He picked Chimaev, did he not? Even know. Unbelievable. Oh my. He actually beat him. He actually flipping beat him. Wow. I thought they were going to rob him. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't really a robbery. It was a close fight. But I thought it was going to be one of those ones where Hamzat should have lost slightly. And he slightly wins it again. Sean Strickland just beat him. 48-47 on two of the scorecards. And he loses one 48-47. He beat him. Unbelievable. He just flipping beat him. Chimaev gassed. Chimaev flipping gassed. At round one, at the end of round one, got dominated round two, did the man dance round three, and that's when he lost it in round three. Then in round four, he does really good coming forward with his pressure striking and gets a takedown at the end, and you think, is he going to get it back in the fifth? Man danced the whole fifth as well, Sean Strickland with the takedown defense of the century for this one. He just flipping beat Hamza Chimaev. Unbelievable performance. That's going to be one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life on MMA Twitter, surely. See for everyone. Oh my. See for everyone. Actually, hold this for a second. See for every single person. I know this is the way it goes, it's the community, so I get my lick back now. For every single person that commented telling me, I know I got my prediction wrong for this, but I predicted it perfectly for how Strickland would win. For everyone that was in the comments when Hamza beat DDP, you can hold that. You just got beat. Strickland absolutely flipping annihilated him in the striking in the second round, third round, and the fifth round. Sean Strickland, what a win. Everyone that commented some bullshit on that DDP Chimaev video. I got it wrong, blame me. But I predicted your boy to gas in that video, and your boy gassed in that fight. To hold that. Come on, what a win for Strickland. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bit of a rant there. Bit of motivation. Unreal. Hold that. What? Like, what a win. That's like if McGregor beat Khabib, I'm not gonna lie. That's like if Khabib was like, here, yo, let's do the man dance, and McGregor just outstruck him for 3 rounds and then get submitted and overhanded. But what a win. What a win. The Floyd Mayweather of MMA gets it done. Unbelievable stuff. Hex Chimaev's undefeated record as well. ATP was right, by the way, he did win by decision. Sean Strickland, you just, in the words of Joe Rogan, shook up the world, my friend. Flip me. Unreal. I can't believe he actually did that. I cannot believe it, Sean Strickland. It's a flipping done. Unbelievable. I think Chimaev put the belt around him and all as well. Yeah, he did. You gotta respect that. all respect out the fight. Even Strickland, I actually got to mention this because it's sort of his part of his apology. Strickland apologized to all the fans that he may have talked a lot to when it comes to segments outside of the sport. I'll just say, and he apologized, said he should be a better person. Well, he's got to sell the fights. I mean, how did he score that Ariel? That was easy. That was easy. That was 48-47. Strickland all day. All day. Come on. Come on. Sean Strickland just saved us from 25 minutes of ground control for the rest of our lives. Beats Izzy, beats Chimaev. Is Sean Strickland one of the greatest middleweights of all time? Hamzat cannot be complaining. Unreal. Hamzat got robbed. Get out of here. Hold that. How about that for once? Hold that. Hamzat got robbed. Get out of here with that shit. And the new. Yo, if you think Hamzat got robbed, by the way, if you think Hamzat won round 3, do yourself a bit of justice and go and look at the significant strikes. You see who won round 3. No takedowns in that round, by the way. Come on. Look, I have to go and make a fight night recap. I'm pretty sure, I don't even know if I'll get it out. But Sean Strickland just got one of the greatest wins in the history of the UFC. Hamza Chimaev had nearly been beat before, but he always come out on top. Sean Strickland not only beat him fair, beat him square, had ground control for over 2 minutes on him in the second round, outstruck him on the feet. The man dance carries him through. Sean Strickland gets it done. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's all I have to say. And lastly, I want to apologize to my American fans, to my Muslim fans, and Christian fans. I I went too effing hard. I admit it. I respect all you guys. That's Sean Strickland after the fight. I should be a better example. Added on to the end of that as well. I mean, gotta respect his apology. I suppose he did say a lot of things though, and I don't know if that'll do the job for certain people with him. But at the end of the day, look, that's I have to go and record this breakdown video or this fight night recap. But finish it off, I suppose. Says does Poirier talks here in the background. Sean Strickland just pulled off one of the greatest upsets I've ever seen. Hamza Chimaev was a minus 490 favourite going into this, and it went the way I thought it would if Strickland was to win. Hamza gassed. Strickland took over. Hamza had better striking than I thought he would, but then again, I said before his striking would be alright, and it carried him through the fourth round, but it didn't get him the second, it didn't get him the third, and it didn't get him the fifth. So he lost. He lost his title, and you know, that's the way it should have went, in my opinion. I do not think that it was a robbery in the slightest. I would have been I would have felt that it was very, very, very harsh if Sean Strickland didn't get that decision, though. Um, I don't think Chimaev should have got that one. So, how about that? Sean Strickland, this is insane, man. And the new. A lot of respect shown, actually, in the last couple of rounds as well. But Hamza Chimaev's forehead is going to be absolutely. He might wake up in the morning like you want a young J check and that first, in that first well E fight. to be honest. 15-1. Where do we go now? Hamzat light heavyweight. One recommend. Get Gas at Gas quicker light heavyweight, to be honest, because he might make it. I think he makes it tough on himself to make it to 185. But if he was up to light heavyweight, he's gonna have more weight on him. He's gonna get tired more soon. I don't think he'll do it as well, but I don't think he'll do as well light heavyweight as he thinks he would. To be honest, I'm sort of 3 off 900 here, so we're maybe keeping this ball rolling a bit longer than we should do. But this was one of the greatest fight nights. I know I've got to make the. I've made one in a while. I'm gonna go and make the fight night recap here. But this is one of the best fight nights we've ever had. To start off the night, Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley put on one of the greatest heavyweight boxing fights you'll ever see. And in the biggest fight of the year, and the biggest fight the past 5 years maybe, with no McGregor announcement by the way. Sean Strickland is the one who comes out on top in the main event with the split decision. How has he done that? I do not know. It's actually insane. It's insane. I have no clue how he did it, but he did it. See this here actually. Whoa, okay. We got a lot of views on Twitter. 80,000 views in 2 nights is crazy. Or in one night, technically. One more view. Can we get it to 900? Come on. I know I'm dragging this a bit, but Sean Strickland, what a win. What a win. Wow. You're just in here, I'm about to head out, but let me know what you think in the comments or in the chat. I mean, Sean Strickland gets it done, split decision 3-2, 48-47 on two of the scorecards. I think that's the perfect scorecard, to be honest. I think 48-47 Chimaev is a bit harsh on Strickland. I mean, they say debate the champion of the outperforming, and I think he did. And yeah, unbelievable from Sean Strickland in that fight. What is it with this guy being the underdog, by the way? Because he actually just shows up in the fight that he should never win and puts on the performance of his life. Like, if you ever see Strickland on an underdog now, just absolutely go for it, maybe. Don't take my advice, like, but I think it's smart, go for it. That probably wasn't a smart pick if you were to pick Strickland. That's why I picked Hamzat. But once again, I'm sorry. Gonna go up or what? I'm actually being view baited here, man. Now 899 for like a solid minute. There's 4 people in here now, apparently. Shout out to anyone that's coming along in this live stream. Much appreciated. Unbelievable upset from Sean Strickland, in my opinion. Quickly let me know what you think in the chat. I'm about to head out, but 2-2 headed into the fourth, and Strickland just kept going with his jab. I've just kept walking forward, but Strickland, with that style, just kept boxing the head off him. So, alright. And Sean Strickland, yeah, it's actually insane. Sean Strickland was probably the last person people would have expected, but he gets it done. 900, there it is. I can't believe the number I'm seeing on my screen right now, to be completely honest with you. So, I don't know what to say to this, but I'm heading out. Fight night recap coming out this morning. It's 6 in the morning, but this is the way we do it. It's coming out soon. 3 hours, 58 minutes live. Thank you everyone that came along for the support. 904 views. And I think my peak concurrence was 11, which is a new record, I think. I think I seen it at 12 at one point. I can't remember if that was the one earlier on, though, with the Dubois fight. I actually broke my record early on for the Dubois Wardley fight by 5 views from my last live stream. So he'd say I beat this one by like 700. So much appreciated for the support. Thank you to everyone once again. Like I say, every single stream. What an upset. What a way to end it for Sean Strickland. But lastly, no matter where you are, once again, morning, evening, night, have a good time. And if you're a Sean Strickland fan or a Joshua Van fan, you'll be even happier out there. And yeah, let's go. Much appreciated. Let's go.